would throw here. Stands back near his own end zone, fires it out, and Gorkuber's got it! He's out past the 30, 40, midfield, down to the 40, he could go all the way! Oh my goodness! Here is Talon Witt, he's gonna pitch it out. Now it's a pass, Mason Witt wide open as Thomas Hendricks. He's gonna go for the touchdown! So it ends up being a falls. Now the Cardinals look to go on offense here. Here's Julian Ramos. He'll take a shot, and he finds it back. Now we've got a ball threaded through and a chance here. Coming up the left side, and here's a shot and a goal! Send it back over. Rupert with the dig. The simple back setting for Crocht. Her hit dug out. Ramsey will set it up to Reller again. Rejected! Oh my! And work the punt back into the outer's end. Thorson trying to bring it out front. Now here's a shot and a score! Now another rebound. That gets blocked. Breakout pass. Thornburg up the right side. He's got room. Takes the shot. Save made. For a forward 1.5 somersault. Pike. He's up high on the... Well, it looked to be fairly solid there.
This move, that bail as a release move, is a difficult move that they want to see as one of the required skills to her Giants.
Yep, and now off and pretty a fall here for Ty Larson.
Right, worked this into a headlock.
Yep, pretty tight hold
there
here. There you
go.
Oh, but Talon Witt on the weak side gets the rebound off the Grady Starzl miss. Now driving is Talon at 47-30. Under 11 minutes to go, and now a steal for Roderick to Hagstrom. Samson Hagstrom drives, and then three-point shots, and the Otters trail by just 3 at 14-11. Here's Alexandria's Ali Habala curling into the lane, sends it into the left corner where Toole is open and chills the front court. Here's Habala out top, now driving, feeding off to Helsher on the left wing. Bingo! The excitement of Homecoming 2025 is highlighted by a marquee matchup in Class 5A football. 1/5 of the teams that are ranked in this week's top 10 in Class 5A gather at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria for the Cardinal football team's homecoming game. It has turned out to be a very familiar matchup, Alexandria and Elk River. This will mark the 6th time in the last 5 seasons that the Cardinals and the Elks have played football. They played each other twice a year ago, right at the tail end of the regular season, where Elk River prevailed by 10 at home, and then the two teams would be among the last standing, in fact, the very last standing in Class 5A, where Elk River was able to prevail in Prep Bowl 42, pulling away from a 24-all halftime tie to win by 9, 33-24. Obviously, with the change from 2024 to 2025, the personnel from the two rosters is a little bit different this year, but still a lot of key people back from these Prep Bowl squads. And Alexandria is going to try to do something that nobody has been able to succeed in doing so far this year, and that's knock off Elk River, which has now moved into the #1 ranking in state Class 5A football. Happy Alexandria Area High School Homecoming Week, and welcome to our broadcast here on KXRA Radio, and also available for viewing through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. This is our Jochner Motors pregame show. My name is Dave McClurg. Tim Zupfer is my broadcast partner. JP Boleen is on location at Viking Bank Field as our videographer. And we have Steve D., the man at Master Control at KXRA, operating for the radio broadcast. And Tim, it's interesting because Elk River and Alexandria have played so frequently against one another. You would think that this is a district opponent for the Alexandria Cardinals and the Elk River Elks, but I think it's kind of the byproduct when you have successful seasons, as these teams have had in recent years. The Cardinals' non-district schedule really got beefed up this year.
Yeah, it has the past few years. I was kind of thinking the same thing to myself when you mentioned how often we've played over the course of the last 5 years. We've basically played them as often as our common district and section opponents. So both teams very familiar with each other. As you mentioned, you graduate a class every year, and every season's a new season, and stacks up to be a big game tonight.
Elk River is at 3-0. The Elks have averaged more than 50 points a game in getting off to this 3-0 start. The Alexandria Cardinals, meanwhile, 2-1, and with the 2 consecutive wins, the Cardinals have moved into the top 10 in the Class 5A football poll. The only team in the top 10 that has 1 loss, that is Alexandria in the number 10 spot. 2 future opponents are right in front of Alexandria in those rankings. Brainerd out of the North Star North District is ranked number 9 this week, and Alexandria's last regular season opponent, the Robbinsdale Armstrong Falcons, are ranked number 8. Both the Falcons and the Warriors are at 3-0 on the year. It should be a fun matchup tonight. We hope that the rain holds off, but the forecast is indicating a slight chance of scattered showers as we get into the first part of the game, and then a better chance for a dry night as we get deeper into the night. So if you are coming to cheer on the Alexandria Cardinals, or maybe you're visiting from the northwest suburbs of the Twin Cities to root for the defending Class 5A state champions, hopefully you have brought some rain gear along with you. Should be a great matchup, and again, kickoff on the way at the top of the hour. Thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming who bring you our play-by-play broadcasts. Special thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor of our YouTube coverage all throughout the 25-26 school year. Well, let's take our first break now during the Jartner Motors pregame show. My conversation with veteran Alexandria Cardinal football coach Mike Empting follows this timeout.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title. We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
We are back at Viking Bank Field with more of our Jartner Motors pregame show. On the way, an exciting football matchup It's the midpoint of the season after tonight, and the 2-1 Alexandria Cardinals face one of the undefeated teams in Class 5A, that being the defending state champion Elk River Elks. Mike Empting, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinal football team, joins me, DMAC, and our coach's comments feature is being brought to you by Alamere Health. Mike, your team was able to string together a second consecutive win, opening up North Star North District play last week with a nice victory down at Sartell. When you reflect on that game and kind of share some of the good things about that performance, how important was a quick start? Because I think your team got scores on the first 3 possessions, and then I think special teams got involved by blocking a punt to create a very short field on that second drive.
I think getting fast starts are important generally in high school football. I think getting the boys out there comfortable, feeling confident, goes a long way to how the rest of the game kind of plays out. I loved our start. I thought on both sides of the football we were efficient, we were clean, we were sharp. Like you said, we got special teams involved right away, blocking the punt there on their second possession. Which we felt like going into that game that was going to be an area that we could probably get to them and maybe get a short field. So very happy that the guys executed that as well as they did, and close on a couple of other ones too. But I think fast starts are important. Like I said, getting the guys settled in, to the game as quickly as possible, developing some confidence, some rhythm, especially offensively. I feel like we function so much better when we have some tempo and some rhythm, and we were able to establish that. And we had some quick hitters too, which was fun to see.
I know that Mason Witt got involved right away, receiving passes from Talon Witt, but then, the creativeness showed later on in the first quarter when Mason threw the touchdown pass to Thomas Henricks. But I look at Mason, and I say this in a very complimentary way, quality athlete, across a lot of different fronts, but he does have speed. And was that one of the variables that you were trying to use, that asset of his speed, to get him involved?
Yeah, really, we let the defense sort of dictate to us how things are going to play out. We come in with a plan, but as our plan unfolds, we have to look at how is the defense playing us, and we see a lot of different looks from defenses that they don't necessarily play against other teams, because we have we've got skill guys that they're going to have to figure out how are they going to cover, and Mason Witt is one of those guys. Are they going to double him? Are they going to roll coverage that direction? Are they going to play with a light box and let us run the football more? Just what opportunities are they going to open up for us? And we have to take advantage of those things. That little option pass, that Mason, hit Tom on. I thought great play call. The guys have been, Zach and Russ have been, working on that, for a couple of weeks, and I thought they pulled that at a great point. Get us on the board again, gain momentum. But Mason's got a lot of skill sets. Left-hander, can throw the football, he can run the football, he can get himself open, and he is turning into one of those players that defenses are going to have to play for or plan for, which is going to create, again, more opportunities. Thomas has been, one of those guys that is just, a solid, we know we can throw him the football, and he's got a huge catch radius. He's going to get the ball. Brady Gunberg is, again, starting to make his way back into the lineup after dealing with an injury. He's going to be a guy. We got, the way we can run the football, and plus we've got Blake Scholl, who is a threat to catch the ball that, we're just kind of waiting for those opportunities to unfold to get these guys the football. When teams decide they're going to slide coverage, one direction or another, they're going to free somebody else up for us.
So, Mike, when you're on the sidelines and you see, for example, what Sartell is starting the game out defensively with their scheme, I mean, do you kind of adjust your game plan noting what defensive alignment or alignments that your opponent is playing?
I'll be honest, offensively, I spend a lot of time listening to all the chatter that's happening on the offensive side. Russ and Zach, they put together a great game plan. and they work their way through, how the game unfolds, and they very much, modify, adapt, to what's happening defensively out there. But yeah, they come into every game with a great plan, and sometimes teams throw us something different, which we see quite often, and they have to adjust to things, whether that's a blocking scheme in the way we're running the football, or changes in, we see a different coverage, maybe than what we were planning for, so it changes things up there. But those guys, they do a great job. They put a lot of time into the preparation, and I let them do their work, and it's been pretty outstanding.
On the defensive side of the ball, the Cardinals' first-team defense gave up just one score. I know that Sartell's last touchdown in the closing seconds, I think you had reserves for both sides on the field at that point. But how would you assess what your team was able to accomplish defensively?
Again, giving up just one score, you can never be unhappy with that, As a coach, you break the film down, and there are some things you can be not satisfied with. I thought early on, especially in that first quarter, defensively, we played very clean, and it showed. Our guys, we have good football players out there. Those guys were out there playing football. They were executing schemes, and really, it was really hard for Sartell to do anything, offensively. We had some lapses in some assignments a little bit. After about that, we got that big lead, 21-0, and then we came out and scored, I think, in our first 3 possessions of the second half as well. And it's just hard to keep guys focused for that long, in a game like that. But the one touchdown that they scored in the third quarter, ended up really being, they just basically ran a quarterback sneak. And it was just quarterback keeper from under center. And I think they ripped off about 3 or 4, pretty good runs. And I guess that was one thing maybe that we were giving up a little bit more. That's not something generally that teams are going to beat us with. So you don't get too excited. That was just something that was there in the moment. So they took it, and I think we had about a 3 or 4 or 5 score lead at that point. So, our guys adjusted to that and they didn't get much out of it, moving forward from that point. But I thought our guys played well. They were physical. They tackled well. They executed really well when it really mattered, and still played good football even after that, even though our execution down the stretch wasn't as great as I would have liked.
We are visiting with the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals football team, Mike Empting, for our Altamira Health Coaches Comments feature. On the way in just a little while, you'll hear the play-by-play of the Cardinals' homecoming matchup against the Elk River Elks. The Elks and the Cardinals played twice last year, including at the tail end of Prep Bowl 42. So Alexandria is hoping for a different outcome tonight against a team that is currently ranked number 1 in Class 5A. And Mike, I would think to a person, once you saw that Elk River was going to be back on the Alexandria Cardinals schedule, I know it probably may mean a few more gray hairs for you, but I would think your kids have to be awfully fired up, to have the state champions coming into their house.
I think this matchup, with Moorhead being off the schedule now, this might be the new Alexandria Moorhead matchup. It is. They're a high quality football team. They have a system that they run. They run it really well. And again, there's been some really good football games with Alexandria and Elk River in recent history here in the last number of years, including that Prep Bowl game, which again was just kind of a slugfest back and forth with both teams really doing what they do and doing them pretty well. And in the end, Elk River just got us by a little bit there. And yeah, this was a game that, when the schedule came out and we saw that they were on it, this is one that we circled because, again, it's a high-quality opponent. They're good football players. We know what we're going to get from them. They're well coached, and it's always going to be a good football game.
This might seem like a strange question that I don't know if I've ever asked you, but in volleyball terminology, you're hoping to get the opponent out of system. So I'm going to apply that to the Elk River Elks football team. Can you get Elk River out of system? And if so, how?
That's a great question. We've seen a lot of video on Elk River over the past few years, and I don't think anyone's ever got them out of system. I think we've come about as close as we could. I think in one game they threw it on us maybe 6 times, which is just Air Coryell for them. that's airing it out, big time. But the thing about them is they run a system, they run it really well, and it's challenging because they run one formation. So when they practice, they don't have to practice different formations. They run a handful of plays. When they practice, they have to run just those plays, just out of that same formation, all the time. And they get really good at doing it against no matter what you throw at them. And then, on top of all that, you throw in, that they've got really, really outstanding athletes in their backfield. They have players that really fit their system really well, fitted all in the right spots. So, as far as getting them, out of system, it's tough because really all they bank on is just plus yardage plays. And it's really hard to stop them for negative yards when they are hitting the line of scrimmage so quickly. They're under center, the quarterback turns around, and those running backs are running downhill from the snap. And if they get 2 yards, they're fine. I mean, they would like to get more than that, but if they get 2, then they're at 2nd and 8, and they know that they'll get 2 or 3 on the next play. And then by 3rd down, they're at 4th down and 3 or 2, and they're pretty comfortable going for it, believing that they're going to get 2 or 3 yards on every single play. So they go into just about every drive, every series, thinking we're in 4-down territory. They're going to have to stop us 4 times. And it's hard. The one thing that we've been able to do that when we get some success is turn them over, because it's really tough to stop them for no yard gains. Most of the time we get a penalty that backs them up, gets them off schedule, that kind of thing. But they run a play and they get plus yards, they're on schedule. Whether it's 1 yard or 3 or 4 or 5 or whatever it is. And the real challenge is you have to commit players to the line of scrimmage to stop, because they have all 11 packed into a very tight space. And they're good at what they do, which means you got to get your 11 down there too. And it doesn't leave a lot of room for error, because if they crack through that first wave of guys, we don't have, like against a traditional defense, we've got a couple of safeties sitting back there. We have outside linebackers or corners that can fold into the fit. All of those players are up there at the line of scrimmage. There's really nobody to fold into the fit because those guys are there. We have 1 free safety back. We've got 10 guys committed to the line of scrimmage. So if they bust through that first wave, of our guys, they're one-on-one to our free safety with 53 yards of field laterally, that they have to cover. And it's a challenge, and that's why, when you watch Elk River, they bust off so many long plays because they know they just have to block up that first level, and they get one-on-one, down the field, and they've got really, really good athletes. Like I said, they fit their personnel into their system very, very well. They create some very, very unique challenges to defenses. And people say, they can say what they want about that system that they run. But it's challenging to defend, and it's effective. They can throw the ball out of it as well for the exact same reasons. You are committing people to the run because that's what they want to do, and if you don't commit the people to the run, then they're going to get what they want, which is 3 or 4 yards, at a crack. And then essentially every play turns into a run-past option for them. They all of a sudden run guys out into the flat where guys are pressuring to try and stop that run. Because as a defense, you feel like you got to stop them for 0. We got to stop them for 1. If they get 2 or 3, they're winning. They're ahead. They're on schedule. So it puts a lot of pressure on defenses.
I know Elk River is capable of scoring points, but defensively, opponents have been able to score on them. We've seen that. Bemidji, I think, hung 42 on Elk River's defense. And then I think even though Sauk Rapids Rice lost in week 2, I think the Storm may have gotten 3 touchdowns themselves. Do you feel, in seeing what you've seen on film and everything like that, that there are some opportunities there that your team can ball control a little bit and maybe finish off those drives with scores?
Yes, as unique and challenging as Elk River's offense is, their defense is very much, pretty standard. It's what we see, pretty much week in, week out. They're not front. They run kind of a 3-4 cover 4, cover 3 kind of look on the backside, depending on what we give them. So it's, a defense that we see frequently. And again, we feel good about the level of talent that we've got on our offensive side, that we're going to challenge defenses, to defend us, and that we are going to have, plans to move the football. We've been effective in the run game. We've been effective throwing the football this year. So they're going to have to respect that. They're going to have to honor that. If they give us light boxes, we're going to be able to run at it. If they commit extra guys to the box, we've got players still on the perimeter who are going to be able to catch the football and run and get yards. So we feel confident that we're going to have a great plan, that we're going to be able to move the football on Elk River.
Excellent. Mike, always great to talk to you about Alexandria Cardinal football. Thanks so much. Have a great game tonight against the Elk River Elks. I know your football team's going to be better by playing Elk River, and hopefully we can send the Elks back down I-94 after a not-so-rosy effort on their part.
Let's hope so, D-Mac. Appreciate you. Thank you.
There is Mike Empting, the head coach of the Alexandria Cardinals football team, our special guest during our Alamere Health Coaches Comments feature during our Jottner Motors pregame show.
And we will keep it here, as I anticipate we're just moments away from the national anthem presentation. The Alexandria Area High School Pep Band will be performing the anthem tonight. And while we are awaiting that, let's give you the introduction of the starting lineups for the teams. Again, brought to you by Alamere Health. The Alexandria Cardinals did not win the coin toss. That went Elk River's way, and the Elks deferred the choice to the start of the second half. So Alexandria's offense will be on the field first. That will include senior center Brendan Behrens as the middleman in that offensive line. Senior Spencer Kleindl at one guard. Junior Jensen Martinson at another guard. The two senior captains, Evan Zabel and Jack Morissette, are the two starting tackles. The wide receivers will include junior Grady Starzl, senior Brady Gunberg, senior Mason Witt, and senior captain Thomas Hinrichs. The quarterback is senior captain Talon Witt, and senior captain Brody Berg is the starting running back. That will be going against the Elk River defense, which will have a three-player front, including Jackson Bowl and Simon Bisek as the two defensive ends. Connor Newhouse will be the nose guard. The linebackers, Carson Clefman, Jackson Freeman, Austin Anderson, and Anthony Subert. David Balasidia will be one cornerback. Tabby Obadio will be the other cornerback. And then the two safeties, Brody Thompson and Levi Harris, will be the two starting safeties for the Elk River Elks. Elk River, coached by Steve Hamilton. The Elks are presently at 3-0 on the season. The Alexandria Cardinals, meanwhile, at 2-1 on the season. The presentation of our national anthem is being brought to you by Carlson Music Center in Alexandria. For all your music needs, visit online at carlsonmusiccenter.com, carlsonmusiccenter.com. Now, the performance of our national anthem by the Alexandria Area High School Pep Band under the direction of Nick Mason. The Alexandria Area High School Pep Band with our national anthem to bring to a close our Jottner Motors pregame show. Play-by-play of Alexandria Cardinal football is straight ahead here on our Leighton Media platforms after a brief timeout.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ.
We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Buildings.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel.
Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
Welcome to Homecoming 2025 at Alexandria Area High School as Cardinal football is on the air. The opening kickoff is taken by Brody Berg. He returns it about 20 yards out to the 28-yard line, and then Alexandria gets a touch out of Mason Witt, and he'll navigate around the right side for a pickup of 5. So second down and 5 yards to go, and of course Mason Witt was lining up in a slot or receiver formation, so second down and 5 yards to go as Alexandria gains 5 on the first play from scrimmage. 4 receiver set here. Talon Witt is going to hand off, and this time it's going to be Brody Berg working his way past the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 3 yards there before he is slowed down. I believe Connor Newhouse, the nose guard, was able to make the stop. Third down and 1 here for Alexandria. Cardinals will try to convert on third and short here. Again, the 4 receiver set. You've got Brady Gunberg and Grady Starzl to the left, Thomas Hinrichs and Mason Witt to the right. Brody Berg joining Talon Witt in the backfield here. And it's going to be a quick pitch. Hinrichs makes the catch, turns his way upfield out past the 40. So on third and 1, the pass completion is good for about 8 as we watch the replay again. Quali Real Estate bringing you the instant replay on our YouTube feed here. And again, a simple pass play there, and it picked up about 9 yards.
Yeah, the defensive backs for Elk River were playing off, so we just took the quick pitch to the outside.
So a gain of close to 9 puts the ball at the 46-yard line. Now Talon Witt hands off. Brody Berg worked his way through the initial surge and picks up about 3 yards. As you are watching on the YouTube channel, Alexandria is wearing the darker jerseys, the red jersey tops, black pants. The Cardinals are flowing left to right in this first period of play. Elk River School colors quite similar, red and black. The Elks are wearing the white jersey tops and the black pants. Red numerals on the Elk River uniform. Gain of 3 makes it 2nd down and 7. Alexandria just shy of midfield. Quick pitch, and there is the tight end, Blake Scholl, getting into the action there. And he'll cross midfield, and that will be a gain of about 3 yards.
Yeah, they split him out actually in a receiver position there in the slot.
So that is a gain of 3, and actually only about a 2-yard gain. So 3rd down and 5 here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Just inside Elk River territory. Now we've got a trips formation to the left side, which is the wide side of the field, with the ball lined up on the right hash mark. Talon Witt again looking over to the sideline here. He still has about 5 seconds to go on the play clock. Gets the snap. He's going to roll to his left. Looks downfield. He's going to run with the ball. Cuts upfield inside the 45. He'll lower his shoulder blades, and he's down around the 41-yard line. And Alexandria is going to move the chains on a 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, nice job that time. The Cardinals basically rolled the pocket over to the left side, and the linebackers were playing back, and he had the opportunity to pick it up with his legs.
So the Cardinals now operating at the Elk River 41-yard line. You are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, and 105.7 FM. As Talon Witt flushed out of the pocket, rolls to the right, fires downfield toward Thomas Hinrichs, and that will be the first incompletion of the night, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, that pass maybe looked like he may have forced it in there, but Thomas Hinrichs, being a pretty good-sized receiver with good hands, he almost was able to bring that down.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 yards to go. We do appreciate you watching our live broadcast tonight on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Thanks to Integrity Title of Alexandria for being our signature streaming sponsor. The ball lined up on the left hash mark now on 2nd down and 10. It's a quarterback draw. Talon Witt inside the 35, inside the 30, and he'll navigate until he's escorted out of bounds at about the 26-yard line. That'll be a gain of close to 15 on a keeper for quarterback Talon Witt.
Yeah, the Cardinals went with an empty backfield that time. Other than the quarterback, they had 5 guys out wide, and they liked the numbers they had in the tackle box of the Elk River defense, so they just ran the quarterback draw.
So the football now resting at the 25-yard line. Alexandria with its 3rd first down on this series. Talon Witt will get the quick pitch to Grady Starzl left side. He'll carry it upfield. Nice yak yardage for the junior receiver Starzl. He only caught it about 2 yards downfield and then took a couple of Elk River defenders along and ends up being about an 8-yard gain.
Yeah, the Cardinals ran their bubble screen there and had Gunberg out front throwing the block for Grady.
So it'll be 2nd down and a couple here for Alexandria. Now in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Now here's a handoff and a dive forward. And Brody Berg will be close to the first down. I don't think he got it, though. Nope. His knee touched back at the previous line of scrimmage, so it's no gain there, and it'll be 3rd down and 2.
He had plenty of room. He just got tripped up somehow over a lineman or something.
So now another handoff, and Brody Berg's going to go over the right side of the offensive line, and he does move the chains there. Again, Berg needed a couple of yards, and I think he got that, maybe 1 yard to spare. So now the ball is resting at the Elk River 15-yard line. Nice looking drive that has consumed 5 minutes of the clock here in the opening period. We are scoreless at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. Homecoming 2025 for the Alexandria Cardinals, and it looks like we have our first stoppage, and it's going to be the Elks that take a timeout, and we're going to make it a 30-second break. Again, about 5 minutes in, Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity football. Elk River and Alexandria are scoreless. Thank you for...
I'm a nurse at heart.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Welcome back to Viking Bank Field on the Alexandria Area High School campus. Along with my broadcast partner, Tim Zupfer, this is DMAC Dave McClurg. Steve D is our radio studio engineer, and we've got JP Boleen as our videographer doing the live streaming on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Alexandria facing a 1st and 10 in Elk River's red zone. The ball is at the 15-yard line. Receivers both ways, and it's going to be a handoff. Berg cutting up left side. He'll burst up the middle toward the goal line, and he's in for the touchdown. Berg from 15 yards out to get the Alexandria Cardinals on the board.
Yeah, the Elks only have 5 defensive players in the tackle box, so the Cardinals are content just to run the football there.
So that will go as a 15-yard scoring play. Brody Berg getting the handoff from Talon Witt. And it's the home team that gets on the board first in the Alexandria homecoming game. And now, interesting here, the Cardinals are going to elect to go for 2. They will not have Ethan Carlson come into the game, so they'll try to put the visitors in an 8-point hole here. Talon Witt awaiting the snap from Brendan Behrens, and it's going to be a little bit of a reverse. Mason Witt's going to pass it to his cousin. Talon Witt is going to make the grab for the 2-point conversion. So a little imagination there, and Alexandria's got a snowman on the scoreboard as the Cardinals succeed on their first drive of the night. Let's take a 30-second break. 6:48 remains in the opening period, and we've got points. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria leads Elk River 8-0.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Unimpressive march for the Alexandria Cardinal football team on the opening series of the night. Alexandria goes 72 yards in 12 plays. Senior running back and captain Brody Berg with the 15-yard touchdown run and the 2-point conversion pass good from Mason Witt to Talon Witt. And then on the ensuing kickoff, Brody Thompson is able to bring the ball back out to close to the 40-yard line. So Elk River will have some good field position for the first series of the night. Here is the Elk River offensive unit that head coach Steve Hamilton has on the field. His center is Alex Jensen. The 2 guards are William Johnston and Paxton Freitag. The 2 guards, Hoyt Flatting and Brockton Graber. Tight ends, Jackson Bowl and Simon Bisek. And then a very good running back quartet, if you will, including the quarterback Levi Harris. And then he'll be handing off to the likes of Carson Clefman, Braden Becker, Austin Anderson, and even Jackson Freeman. And I think Freeman actually got the last carry for Elk River, and he picks up about 3 yards.
Brody Berg with the solo tackle.
Introducing the Alexandria Cardinals defense, you've got Jack Morissette, Blake Scholl, Evan Zabel, and Adrian Miles up front. Berg in the linebacking core, along with Aiden Schneiderhan, Connor Wang, and Brett Meyer. And now an inside handoff, and the Cardinals do a nice job pursuing. They're going to hold the ball carrier, the Elk River running back Becker, for a gain of only about a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, multiple Cardinals in on that tackle. I saw Aiden Schneiderhan getting up from the bottom of the pile.
The Cardinals will have Rhett Granning as the free safety, Carson Getch and Mason Witt as the cornerbacks, but they will quite frequently be up close to the line. I see Jackson Waltzing is in as, in essence, a cornerback, and now we've got some shifting up front. And Alexandria's players thinking that Elk River shifted too soon, and it should be a false start penalty, and that's going to move the ball back 5 yards.
Yeah, the left side of their line moved.
So a loss of 5 is going to bring up 3rd down and 11 yards to go here for Elk River. And considering how good Elk River is at churning out yardage on the ground, I won't go as far as to say this is definitively 4-down territory, but if the Elks get a fair amount of yardage and not a first down on this series, it might be a 4th down. Go for it.
Watch your quarterback here.
Yep, Levi Harris as good as they come. He's under center here, and he's going to roll with the ball. He's pursued in the backfield, and down he is. No, he's not down.
Yeah,
now he is. Oh, my, Jackson waltzing in pursuit there, and then he got some help along the way. Let's watch that again for our YouTube audience as Quali Real Estate brings you the instant replay. Levi Harris tucked the ball on his left hip, and Alexandria was waiting for it. It will be a loss of 7 on the play. So 4th down and long now for Elk River. I would presume that the Elks would be punting the football now.
They are in formation.
But keep in mind that Levi Harris is the punter. He's also the starting quarterback. Snap a little bit high, and he's going to put his foot on the ball. It's going to be an end-over-end kick, and it's going to take a backwards bounce, now a side bounce, and it will be down at the 38-yard line on the Alexandria side of the field. So that will be a punt of 30 yards for Levi Harris. And Tim, I think excellent work by the Alexandria Cardinal defense. Anytime you can get a powerful Elk River offense to punt the ball, it seems like a mini win.
Yeah, basically the Cardinals win on 1st and 2nd down, giving up 2 yards on each of those 2 plays. And then we got some help with a Elk River penalty. And then, boy, you really have to like the play that that Waltzing made. Nice tackle for the loss.
So 1st and 10, it looks like the official line of scrimmage will be the 39-yard line on the Alexandria side of the field. Ball on the left hash mark. Handoff goes to Jackson Waltzing. No, I'm sorry. Hey, give Talon Witt some credit for faking the play-by-play guy out. Normally it's the Elk River quarterback that's doing that, but it's the Alexandria quarterback, Talon Witt, on the keeper, and he picks up about 8.
Yeah, that was just the inside zone read, and most of the tacklers went to Brody Berg, and Talon keeping it on the play for an 8-yard gain.
2nd down and 2. Alexandria just shy of midfield. 8-0 Alexandria with the lead first quarter. Waltzing with the carry, but he runs into a stone wall up front as he'll be stopped for no gain.
I think he got 1 yard, but...
Yep, you are correct, Tim. 1 yard picked up, but it'll be a 3rd and a long yard here for the... Well, actually 3rd and a conventional yard, if you will. It looks like about 3 feet for the first down here.
Elk River's got maybe 6 guys in the tackle box now.
Yeah, let's see if maybe Talon Witt might do something with his legs here. We're about to move under 3 minutes remaining in the first quarter, and Alexandria leads by 8.
Single coverage on all of our receivers on the right side here.
Yep, and Talon Witt is going to look to throw. Now he's pressured. He's going to fire upfield right along the sidelines, and it's Thomas Hinrichs, I believe, with the grab, and he gets dropped around the 35-yard line.
Yeah,
So
I think he got a good tackle in quads. I think he's okay, but he's a little slow to get up.
A pickup of 16 on that 3rd down pass completion. So Talon Witt has now started off 4 of 6 for 40 yards. Maybe more importantly here, Alexandria's 4 for 4 on 3rd down conversions. And Tim, you and I obviously were at US Bank Stadium back in November. This is what Elk River likes to do to its opponents, and that's what the Elks did in that second half, ultimately winning the game against the Cardinals.
Yeah, that is their MO, and so far we've been able to take care of that.
Here's a quick pitch left side, catch made, and it's going to be a pickup of about 5-6 yards, and then the forward progress will be stopped. And I think
Miles Gray with a reception.
Yeah, good to see him getting a reception there. Forward progress will be given to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just a quick pass out to the right, and he was able to get a few yards more after contact.
2nd down and 5. Alexandria operating in Elk River territory as we have under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Alexandria 8, Elk River no score. Those are the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Handoff and a little shift here and a big burst, and it's going to be another healthy gain there for Jackson Waltzing. He'll pick up about 13, 14 yards there.
Boy, he did a nice job of waiting for his blockers and letting his blockers set up for him.
They'll mark the ball at the 18, so it's a pickup of 12 there for Jackson Waltzing, the junior running back for Alexandria. And a first down for the Cardinals as they are once again in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Now Talon Witt fakes the handoff. He'll cut upfield inside the 10, down to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be first down and goal to go.
I think that was actually your basic option play there where Talon faked the pitch to Waltzing and cut upfield for what looks to be a first down.
Yep, gain of 13 there on the keeper for the quarterback, Talon Witt. So 3 first downs on this series for Alexandria. We're under a minute remaining in the first quarter. Alexandria up on the scoreboard 8-0, but looking for more. Now Talon Witt back in the shotgun. He's got Jackson Waltzing joining him in the backfield. The handoff to Waltzing up the middle, spun around, and he gets close.
He's going to go.
Rugby scrum. Is he in? Is he in? He is in! Touchdown, Alexandria! As Jackson Waltzing is able to burst his way in from 5 yards out. He got met immediately at the 3, and the pile just kept moving toward the end zone, and it's a score for Alexandria. So the Cardinals now have a 14-0 lead on a 5-yard touchdown run for Jackson Waltzing.
Looks like we're keeping the offense in and going for 2 again.
This score coming with just 33 seconds remaining in the first period. And 2 ground touchdowns for Alexandria. 1 for Brody Berg, 1 for Jackson Waltzing. Now the 2-point conversion attempt. Talon Witt is going to pitch, and there it is, and Jackson Waltzing is going to carry it in.
That was the same play as they ran a couple plays ago, but this time Talon read the linebacker or defensive end who committed to him, and that time he pitches it to Waltzing for the conversion.
Yeah, so Jackson Waltzing scores on the 5-yard run and then gets the 2-point conversion run as well. And Alexandria now leads 16-0 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. About a half a minute remaining in the first period, and I'm sure some people around the state probably opening their eyes a little bit thinking, well, Elk River doesn't normally have a deficit like this to go, but Alexandria has been efficient on offense, finishing off drives with scores. The defense rose to the occasion, stopping Elk River on a 3-and-out on its first possession of the night. So now a little bit of a gut check for the defending Class 5A state champion Elk River Elks. Alexandria's offense on the second series goes 61 yards in 7 plays. Jackson Waltzing capping it off with a 5-yard touchdown run, and he gets the pitch from Talon Witt to run in the 2-point conversion. Now Ethan Carlson in to kick the football away. For Alexandria, kind of a squib, and this one's going to bounce out of bounds. Penalty on Alexandria for illegal procedure there. And we'll see if Elk River will decline and take the ball, I believe, out at the 35 or force a re-kick. I think the Elks want the ball.
I think it's the 40 they get it at.
Yeah, I think in the NFL it is, but I think high school is the 35. So,
okay.
So procedure penalty on the Alexandria Cardinals, and Elk River will take it at the 35-yard line. Again, the Elks are about to run their 4th. Yes, number 4. 4 plays from scrimmage. The one that's about to be executed here by Levi Harris and the Elks offense. And it's going to be a handoff, and there goes the ball carrier, and this one's going to be a touchdown. Again, a good fake, and the handoff goes to the Elk River running back. I believe that's Dylan Remmert, the senior, and he'll take it in from 65 yards out. So while Alexandria's had all the statistical advantages, it takes one play for Elk River to get on the board, and it's now 16-6 in favor of Alexandria with 22 seconds to go in the first period.
Yeah, it was just a real simple inside handoff there, and the running back was able to break the initial tackle, and our free safety wasn't able to wrap him up.
So one-play series, 65-yard score. Levi Harris and the Elk River offense will go for two. I believe Carson Clefman able to work his way over the right side of the offensive line, and he'll score the two-point conversion. So the Elk River offense needs just one play to get on the board. So now we've got points for both sides. Glenwood State Bank's scoreboard update now has Alexandria leading Elk River by a score of 16-8. So Elk River has had 4 plays from scrimmage so far. The Alexandria Cardinals, by comparison, have had 19 plays from scrimmage. Tim Zupfer, I know that it's still early in the game and we have plenty of football here, but how important is it for the Cardinals to maintain that ball control and basically kind of give Elk River a little bit of a taste of what the Elks offense likes to do, and that's to keep the other team's defense on the field?
Well, we've been able to do that. It's one play. Obviously, it resulted in a touchdown, but you got to shake that one. You got to shake that one off and come back and continue to do the things offensively that you've done your first 2 drives.
So it is now 16-8. Alexandria leading the defending Class 5A state football champions at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. And now the ensuing kickoff. It's going to be a short kickoff fielded at the 15-yard line. The return man gets into the open, and here's a big burst out to near midfield. So that, I believe, was Brody Berg who was able to bring the ball back for a healthy gain. More than 30 yards on that kickoff return, and Alexandria is going to scrimmage from out near midfield here. And the Cardinals will have a first down at the 48-yard line, just shy of midfield.
Good answer. Gave up a chunk play, and then we get a chunk play on special teams.
So it is a 16-8 Alexandria lead, and the Cardinal offense back out on the field. 4 receivers set, and here's a quick pitch to Thomas Hendricks on the right side. Makes the grab, crosses midfield, and he'll be knocked out of bounds. That'll be a gain of about 4 yards from one 48-yard line to the other.
Yeah, the Elks choosing to keep their cornerbacks and defensive backs about 5 yards off the line of scrimmage. Most teams have not chosen to defend Alexandria that way thus far in the season.
So it's second down and 6 here for Alexandria. Now a delayed handoff, and this time Elk River is going to stack the ball carrier up, who is tackled back on the Alexandria side of the field. Brody Berg just could not get moving. He had all sorts of people such as Simon Bisek, and also up front he had Dom Webster and Connor Newhouse on the tackle. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter in Alexandria for the Cardinals homecoming 2025. 12 minutes in the books on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, and in varsity football, Alexandria leads Elk River 16-8.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
As we begin the second quarter, the Alexandria Cardinal football team has a 3rd down and 8 right at the 50-yard line. The Cardinals are up by 8 over Elk River at the beginning of the second period. Here is a rollout by the quarterback. Now it's going to be a lateral over to the left side for Brady Gunberg. Sheds a couple of tackles, and he'll be stopped at about the 44. That'll still be a bit short of the first down by maybe 2 yards.
Looks like that. Actually, only 1.
Yeah, so that ended up being a lateral, but on my stat sheet, I'll call it the completion there for a pickup of 7. And Alexandria will go for it on 4th down here. 4th and 1 inside the Alexandria, or inside the Elk River 43. And now Elks head coach Steve Hamilton will take his team's second timeout. We are going to keep it right here at Viking Bank Field. Again, a big thank you to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming, helping to bring you our play-by-play tonight. Mission Mechanical Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning is the sponsor of the Voice of Alexandria app, where you can hear audio of tonight's game. And Integrity Title in Alexandria is our signature streaming sponsor, helping to bring you our live broadcasts of Alexandria Cardinal sports play-by-play on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Tim, it's been an excellent beginning of this game. I think it would get better when the Alexandria offense converts on 4th down here.
Absolutely, and second time that Elk River's already used a timeout defensively here. I think they probably have to bring some defensive backs up closer to our receivers here, and I'm guessing the coaching staff may have reminded the guys of what our number 7, Talon Witt, is capable of doing with his legs as well as his arm.
Yeah, Talon Witt threw the ball 8 times in the opening quarter, and he's also run the ball 4 times tonight. This is a 4th and 1 inside the 43-yard line. And Talon Witt's going to roll out. He's going to tuck the ball in, fire downfield. It's caught. There's Brady Gunberg turning upfield, and he'll work his way down to about the 20-yard line. So the Cardinals threw the ball on 4th down, and for a second time on this series, Brady Gunberg gets the reception. Again, our thanks to Quality Real Estate for bringing you the instant replay on our YouTube channel. That gain is for about 23 yards and an Alexandria first down.
I don't think Elk River was expecting that.
So a 4th down conversion here, and the Cardinals are at the edge of the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Here's Talon Witt firing left side. Gunberg made the grab, but he's going to be dropped for a loss in the backfield. That's a good stick there by the Elk River Elks. I believe that was Dakota Larkin, or no, it was David Balsidia that came up to make that stop for a loss of 2.
Yeah, good read by the defensive back there. They were still playing off of our receivers, but we threw it to the longer side of the field, and he closed on the receiver on Gunberg very quickly.
So 2nd down and 12. Big opening up the middle for Berg inside the 10, down to about the 5, and that's going to be enough for a first down. So Alexandria runs the ball on 2nd and long, and there was a big opening, and what work by the offensive line on that left side. Spencer Kleindl and Evan Zabel. Center Brendan Behrens as well. That'll be a pickup of about 16 for Brody Berg, and first down and goal to go. Now here's Talon Witt handing off. No, he keeps it, and he's going to run into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
This is the most efficient the Cardinals have been offensively.
Talon Witt fakes D-Mac out for the 2nd time tonight, and this time it's good for 6 points. And Alexandria now goes on top by a score of 22-8. So Talon Witt's going to score on the 6-yard touchdown run. And I believe the Cardinals will continue to keep the offense out on the field, as they have gone for 2 after their 2 previous scores, and they will do it here.
They must have worked on just about every 2-point play in their repertoire this week.
Now a man in motion. Here's Talon Witt. He's going to pitch out. There's Mason Witt firing. Thomas Hinrichs able to make the catch. It's good for the 2-point conversion. That'll lead us into a 30-second break. 9:57 to go in the second. And the state-ranked Alexandria Cardinals are back to a 2-score lead over the state-ranked Elk River Elks. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 24, Elk River 8.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Alexandria's had 3 offensive series, and the Cardinals have 3 touchdowns and 3 2-point conversions. It's Alexandria 24, Elk River 8. The ensuing kickoff is a short one. It's going to take a bounce on the field turf. It's going to be fielded at the 30-yard line, and a short gain here for about 5, maybe 6 yards. That may have been Owen Anderson in on the return there for Elk River. So the Elks will have some decent field position. Elk River went 3 and out on the first series, and then the Elks needed only 1 play to score a touchdown on series number 2. So now Elk River begins 1st and 10 at the Elks 36. As you watch on our YouTube channel tonight, Elk River is the team dressed in the light jersey tops, white jerseys, red numerals, black pants in this second quarter. Elk River is flowing left to right on your screen. Full house backfield, and Levi Harris is going to throw. He puts it up, and it's incomplete. His intended receiver out near the 45-yard line was Adam Rudnitsky.
Thomas Hinrichs with the coverage there.
So 2nd down and 10, and that's a good first down net result from the Cardinals defense, but still 3 more downs for Elk River to get 10 yards, and this is not a difficult thing for Elk River to do. Again, that tight T formation that they show, Levi Harris under center, everybody bunched in the middle of the field, and it's going to be a fake, and there goes the running back, and he ends up navigating out past the sticks. That was Braden Becker on the counter option there, and he moves the football out past the 45-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 13 yards and an Elks first down. So that time Levi Harris, the quarterback, faked the handoff to one of his backs. I thought it might be Jackson Freeman getting the carry, but no, it was Becker.
Yeah, they do such a good job of carrying out their fakes.
And now we've got a handoff here, and this will be a carry for about 6 yards. That's Braden Becker once again for Elk River.
Jack Morris set with that tackle.
2nd down, 4 yards to go. Elk River now operating on the Alexandria side of the field. We are early in the second quarter. It's Tim Zupfer and myself, D-Mac, Dave McClurg with the play-by-play. Alexandria 24, Elk River 8. Now Levi Harris is going to hand off, and the ball carrier is going to get enough, I believe, for a first down. I think that may have been Carson Clefman toting the rock for Elk River. Again, one of a number of terrific running backs that the Elk River Elks possess.
Schneiderhan and Berg look to be in on that tackle.
Clefman picks up 4, and that's a first down for Elk River at the Alexandria 41-yard line.
Yeah, they've got that tight T formation, and they do such a nice job of basically handing it off to one of the 3 sometimes, when the quarterback doesn't keep it, but almost every player gets a ball fake in there.
Yeah, and now Harris is going to hand off, and this time Alexandria did a nice job blocking up front, and the ball carrier got stopped maybe a gain of only a yard there for the running back Clefman.
I think we had Zabel and Meyer in on that tackle. Nice penetration also by Blake Scholl.
Second down, 9 yards to go. Elk River possessing the football in Alexandria Cardinal territory. Great audience on hand representing both Elk River and Alexandria tonight during the Cardinals' homecoming. Again, that tight T formation, and we had some shifting up front. The Alexandria Cardinal defense thinks that Elk River had a false start, and Evan Zabel and his crew are right, as the officials indicate false start on Elk River.
We got Brady Hennessy in on the defensive line, giving Jack Morissette just a couple plays off here.
Yeah, and we'll probably see that, Jack Morissette and Evan Zabel so valuable for the Alexandria lines, both offensively and defensively, but I think the coaching staff well aware that those two young men, as good as they are, need a few moments to catch their breath. Second down and almost 14 here for Elk River back at the Alexandria 45. And now we've got some shifting.
Delay a game, maybe?
We'll see, or maybe another false start. Nope, it is. You called it right, Tim. A delay of game on Elk River, and that's something you would not expect. I would think that Coach Steve Hamilton quite unhappy having another 5-yard penalty. That's stackable 5-yard walk-offs without the ball being snapped. That's almost, in essence, like a 10-yard holding penalty.
Yep.
So second down and 19 now, and the ball is back at midfield. Now here is the delayed handoff. Levi Harris trapped in the backfield. It's going to be a loss on the play. For our YouTube audience, let's check that out on the instant replay. Brought to you by Quality Real Estate. I'm almost wondering if somebody like Connor Wang and maybe Jackson Waltzing were among those as the pursuers.
Connor Wang was. I couldn't determine. I didn't get the number of the other player.
So that's going to be a loss of 4 for Levi Harrison. Now third down and very long for the Elk River Elks. Harris has attempted just one pass tonight. That was incomplete. This is third and about 25 for Elk River. Back at the 46. And now it's going to be an inside handoff, and Alexandria bottled that up pretty well. The Cardinals were not fooled. And it's going to be no gain, I believe, for Braden Becker. So it'll be a kicking situation here for Elk River.
Yeah, just a simple dive play, and Evan Zabel blowing it up.
So Elk River is now 0 for 2 on third downs. Line of scrimmage is the 46, and here is the quarterback Harris taking off on the fake punt. He gets up the sideline, but he's out of bounds. He's going to be short of the first down. So Elk River on 4th and long ran a fake punt, and Harris was able to roll to the outside, but he needed about 23 yards. He only got about 13 or 14, so he'll pad his own stats there, but Alexandria is going to take over on downs. So the Cardinals will possess the ball, leading 24-8 with 5:40 to go here in this first half of play. Tim, what did you think about the way Alexandria was able to play defense there, yielding some real estate but not a big chunk?
Yeah, he got a good gain out of it, but our secondary defenders there made the play.
So the Cardinals with some good field position out at their own 41. Here's the swing pass. Mason lit up the field. Room to run. Midfield. Down inside the 45-yard line. It'll be a pitch and catch of about 18 from Talon Witt to his cousin Mason Witt.
Yeah, and we had Starzl and Gunderson out there blocking, and he was a shoelace tackle away from bringing it to the house.
So 1st and 10 for Alexandria at the Elk River 41-yard line. Now a bunch formation, 3 receivers almost lined up in a line on the left side. Single receiver to the right. Here's Talon Witt pitching it back to Mason Witt. Little shift move there, and Mason Witt's going to go down. Short gain there, and that was a pretty good one-on-one stop there for Levi Harris for Elk River.
That was a very good tackle. They only had 2 defenders out there initially when we threw that pass or long lateral, and they rallied to the ball very quickly.
We are about to go under 5 minutes remaining in the first half. Alexandria leading Elk River on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's 24-8 in the Cardinals homecoming football game. Still about 10 seconds to go on the play clock, and obviously with the tackle in bounds, the game clock is continuing to move. Inside handoff and a nice little burst there. Jackson Waltzing kind of working over the right side of that offensive line. That includes Brendan Behrens as the center, Jensen Martinson and Jack Morissette as well, and it's going to be a pickup of about 6 yards.
Yeah, very strong run there, and he almost broke a tackle for a bigger gain.
So 3rd down and 4 here for Alexandria. Cardinals up by 16 with the ball on the Elk River side of the field. Talon Witt looking over at the Alexandria sideline to see what the coaches are indicating. Again, Mike Empting has the headset on, but quite often he's leaving his assistant coaches providing the wisdom here. And I think Coach Empting is going to take a timeout. We will do it as well. It's a 30-second break. 4 minutes to go in the opening half. Bit of a surprise in the works here at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. Your numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in Week 4 football. It's Alexandria 24, Elk River 8.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Thanks to all of the boosters of our Alexandria Cardinal sports programming, bringing you our play-by-play, whether you're watching on the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube or you're listening in West Central Minnesota on People Radio, KXRA, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM. You can also catch the audio anywhere in the world if you've got a strong internet connection through your Voice of Alexandria app. Powered by Mission Mechanical, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Steve D is our KXRA studio engineer back at Master Control. Tim Zupfer is joining me, Dave McClurg, for the broadcast. And right now, Alexandria is facing a 3rd and 4 at the Elk River 35-yard line, already up by 16 points. Brady Gunberg is a man in motion, making it trips to the right side. Talon Witt awaiting the snap from center Brendan Behrens. Here comes the pitch. Jackson Waltzing skirts to the outside, breaks one tackle, tries to lean forward. He will be tackled in bounds, and I believe he'll be short of a first down, but this may be a 4th and go for it here for Alexandria.
I think he's only 1 or 1.5 to 2 yards to go on 4th down here.
Yeah, I think the Cardinals will keep the offensive unit on the field. Alexandria now 4 for 6 on 3rd down. The Cardinals did convert a 4th down previously. It was a 4th and about a yard play, and Alexandria went to the air to get the first down. That was earlier in this half. Now you've got 2 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Now here is Talon Witt looking to throw on 4th down. He'll shoot it. Pass is caught to the outside. It's going to be enough for a first down. And I think that was Blake Scholl on the receiving end there. So Blake was kind of lining up as an H-back, if you will, and he shifted to the right, and he caught the ball out of the backfield, and that's going to be a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards, and more importantly, an Alexandria Cardinal first down.
Yeah, he had Blake initially, and I thought Talon was going to try to do it with his legs, and actually a defender made a did a good job of closing on Talon, but got it to Blake, and Blake was able to break one tackle enough to get the first down.
So now Alexandria possessing the ball at the Elks 30-yard line. Again, 24-8. Elk River is down in Alexandria by 2 scores. Talon Witt looking to his left. Rolling. He's got the ball. Firing downfield. There's the catch for Grady Starzl. Down the sideline, and he's into the end zone. That's going to be a 30-yard catch and run. Grady Starzl crosses into the end zone, and the Cardinals now have a 3-score lead. It is Alexandria 30, Elk River 8. Oh, my. A big chunk play there for Alexandria, and Grady Starzl gets into the receiving game here. Talon Witt with the touchdown pass there. And now the Cardinals will again keep the offense on the field, looking to go for 2. The offense will include Jackson Waltzing in the backfield and a 4-receiver set. Now we've got a man in motion. That's Mason Witt. Here's Talon Witt looking to throw. Pitches it to the outside, and the catch is going to be made, I believe.
Yep.
Over on the far side. And
Mason.
I think that was Mason Witt on the receiving end. So Alexandria increases the lead to 24 with 2:21 to go until halftime. The numbers now on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. A surprise in the works here. State-ranked Alexandria, number 10 in Class 5A, is up over Elk River by a score of 32-8. And Tim Zuffer, I think you could not ask for much more than what the Alexandria offense has been able to deliver tonight. They have been on fire.
Yeah, they fired on all cylinders. 2 for 2 on 4th down conversions and 4 for 4 on 2-point conversions. To have a 3-touchdown lead on Elk River is pretty impressive, and now the hope is to get to halftime with that score.
I think I'm going to follow your suggestion. You dropped me a note as Grady Starzl was crossing into the end zone. How about Grady's reception being our Culver's play of the game here?
Yeah, I like that. I think that's the finest play he's had so far this season. Nice catch and stride and broke a tackle to get the touchdown.
Now a bouncing kick, and this is going to be along the sideline, and that's going to be another illegal procedure penalty on the kick going out of bounds. So Elk River will take over at the 35.
Cardinals seem to be content with that. We're squib kicking it anyway, not allowing a long return that way. And a couple of the returns they have had, they've been getting it to the 36 and 41 yard line. So we might as well just let them have it at the 35-yard line.
And we know that the last time Elk River started at the 35, it took one play for the Elks to get points. But Elk River has not run a lot of snaps tonight. The next one here will be just the 13th in tonight's game. And it's going to be a run for the ball carrier, Jackson Freeman. And he'll get into the open, and it gets dragged down. Yeah. Late flags are going to come in.
Going to get a horse collar tackle, but if he doesn't make that play, it's a touchdown.
Yeah, so Jackson Freeman's going to get 20 and then tack on some additional yardage, 15 for the personal foul horse collar.
Yeah, it was just a sweep play to one of the halfbacks, and he got around the left side and to our second level. But a good hustle play by Adrian Miles, even though he got the penalty for the horse collar tackle. Good hustle play by him to prevent the touchdown.
So now Elk River has the ball at the Alexandria 30. The Elks have 1 timeout remaining in the first half, and 2 minutes and 12 seconds remain on the clock. Alexandria 32, Elk River 8 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Here is the outside rollout by the ball carrier, and I think it's Carson Clefman who gets taken to the turf, and I think he was looking for possible defensive infraction there, but it's only a pickup of 2.
Basically the same play. They ran it to the right side this time instead of the left side, but our end and linebacker on the left side did a nice job of Brody Berg with the tackle with just a 2-yard gain.
Again, that tight T formation here on second down, and it's the delayed handoff, and the carrier, Braden Becker, is held pretty much at home after a gain of only a couple of yards there. He tried to shift, try to get a defender to be shed off him, but he was still tackled after a gain of only about a couple of yards.
Yeah, a little delayed handoff and a nice tackle by Evan Zabel.
Third down and 7 to go for Elk River, and now I think we're going to have another flag here, and could Elk River get a false start? Correctamundo, as the officials indicate, a third false start penalty tonight for the defending Class 5A state champions.
And for those just listening to the radio here, we've got 1:02 left in the half.
And Elk River does have one timeout remaining. Alexandria has its full complement of timeouts. If you weren't with us at the start of the game, Elk River won the coin toss and deferred the choice to the start of the second half. Alexandria then scored on its first possession, and the Cardinals have played from in front since. Delayed handoff. No, it's going to be ball carrier swarmed under. I thought Harris actually kept the football, but he did hand off, and Carson Clefman got stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Connor Wang, the first one to hit him, but he was assisted by 2 or 3 teammates.
And it'll be fourth down here after a pickup of only one for Clefman. And I would presume that Coach Hamilton will get the offense to try to convert here on fourth down.
Yeah, but they aren't stopping the clock, so we're running down to just about 10 seconds to go right now, so it might be the last play of the half.
Let's see what Levi Harris does. He's looking to throw. He's in trouble, and down he goes in the backfield.
Aiden Schneiderhan.
Oh, my, for a big loss on the play. That's going to be a loss of about 15 yards. And Alexandria is going to take over the football with 1 second to go on the clock. So Alexandria is able to get a fourth down stop as Levi Harris goes down on a sack. So can Alexandria get a miracle play to tack onto the lead? I think we're feeling pretty good at 24 points right now, but hey, why not try to fire one? Maybe you send it toward Thomas Henricks or get Mason Witt into the open,
or you maybe get a defensive pass interference and get one more play.
Yeah. So the Cardinals first and 10 at their own 45, and Talon Witt is actually going to take the knee for a loss of 3, and that brings to a close the first half here at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. What a performance and effort by Mike Empting's Alexandria Cardinal football team. They have played extremely well against the defending Class 5A state champions. Alexandria is up by 24 at the break. We invite you to stay tuned. Our mid-game report presented by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria follows a few words from our Cardinal Sports Boosters. But before we get to that break, let's repeat the halftime score. Alexandria 32, Elk River 8.
Resorts Marine in Oseques. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Oseques.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
We welcome you to the mid-game report presented to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods in Alexandria. What a first half for the Alexandria Cardinal football team. Scoring on their first 4 possessions of the night. The defense for Alexandria has held Elk River to 1 explosive play for a score. Other than that, the Elks offense has not been able to fire on the cylinders it's normally accustomed to doing. And right now, Alexandria is up by 24 at the break. It's 32-8 for the Alexandria Cardinals. Along with Tim Zupfer, I am DMAC Dave McClurg. JP Boleen is our videographer. He's on top of the press box here at Viking Bank Field doing the yeoman's work tonight. We've got Steve D as our KXRA radio studio engineer. And Tim, again, we talked about it as the flow of the game was going on in the first half. I don't know if there's such a thing as a perfect first half, but this Alexandria Cardinal football team, considering the quality of the opposition, that was about as close to perfect as you could get.
I think the coaching staff would say, other than the one play they gave for the 65-yard touchdown run, that it was a perfect first half.
And Alexandria is presently controlling the game. The Cardinals, again, allowing only the 1 score in 4 total possessions. Elk River has had to get into punt formation far more often than they normally are accustomed to. And the Elks have some soul searching to do. Now, the Elk River football team is still dangerous, even down by 24 points at halftime. Tim, what would you imagine? I would think that the tone in the Alexandria locker room is probably quite good right now, but do the Cardinal coaches go in there and try to dial the emotions back? Because I'm sure that the Alexandria players are on a nice high right now.
Well, I think the main thing that, the coaching staff is going to say, hey, it's, the game starts over again with the second half, and we got to pretend that the score is 0-0 and come out with the same intensity as we did in the first half.
Scoring recap as part of our Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report. The Elk River football team deferred the choice to the second half as Elk River won the coin toss, and Alexandria probably was quite happy getting the football first. And I asked Mike Empting ahead of our interview recording on Thursday, I said, when you win the coin toss, would you elect to take the football? And he strongly considered yes. Well, that choice was taken out of his hands, but his team then went 72 yards after the opening kickoff and scored on the 12th play of the series. Brody Berg getting into the end zone from 15 yards out. That occurred with a little more than 5 minutes gone in the opening quarter of play. Then Mason Witt fired a 2-point conversion pass to his cousin Talon Witt. Talon was lining up in the shotgun formation as the quarterback, but then after a pitch, Talon rolled to the left side of the end zone, caught the 2-point conversion, and Alexandria had the lead. maybe more importantly, Alexandria's defense came out and forced Elk River into a 3-and-out. 2 plays netted 4 yards, and then Levi Harris, the outstanding quarterback for Elk River, was dropped for a 7-yard loss. So 4th down and long, Elk River gave up the football, punting it back to Alexandria. The Cardinals then went 61 yards in 7 plays. Jackson Waltzing scoring in the last minute of the first quarter on a 5-yard run. He would then take a pitch from Talon Witt and run in the 2-point conversion. And it was a 16-0 lead for Alexandria. Elk River has scored just 11 seconds after that on a big run by senior running back Dylan Rammert. That would go for 65 yards. Carson Clefman ran in the 2-point conversion, and at the end of 1 quarter, it was Alexandria 16, Elk River 8. The Cardinals were able to convert on their first 2 series in the second period. The third series overall on the night actually closed out the first quarter and extended into the second. A 6-play, 52-yard drive was capped off by Talon Witt's 6-yard run. Mason Witt then threw a 2-point conversion pass to Thomas Hinrichs, and it was 24-8 Alexandria, barely 2 minutes into the second quarter. Elk River then turned the ball over on downs, and Alexandria got it back at the Cardinal 41. 6 plays later, Alexandria had its 4th score of the half. Talon Witt going to Grady Starzl. Nice tiptoe work by Starzl down the left sideline. It ended up being a 30-yard touchdown pass. And then Talon Witt found Mason Witt for the 2-point conversion. And that's where we're at the half. Elk River then got the ball back and had to turn the ball over on downs. And then the Cardinals had 1 kneel down to kill the last second of the clock. So it's 32-8. Alexandria over Elk River at the break. The Cardinals led 16-8 at the period and then outscored Elk River 16-0 in quarter number 2. I will give you some offensive numbers, but Tim, I'll let you take over the Eldon's Fresh Foods mid-game report with some time of possession numbers and maybe some tackle stats as well.
Well, typically at this time, I would say, the Cardinals lost the time of possession, but that's because they scored quickly. Well, totally different situation this half. The Cardinals dominated the time of possession, possessed the ball for about 14 and a half minutes. Elk River only having the football for 9.5 minutes, and I think when you're playing a team like Elk River, the style of play that they play, I think time of possession does become an important stat, and the Cardinals with a 5-minute gain, as you would in the first half. Tackle leaders, I have Brody Berg with 4, 3 for Evan Zabel, 3 also for Aiden Schneiderhan and Connor Wang, a couple each for Adrian Miles, Jackson Waltzing and Isaiah Jackson, and 1 each for Brady Hennessy, Rhett Meyer, and Jack Morissette.
Very good. And meanwhile, for the Elk River Elks and Alexandria Cardinals in terms of the offense in the first half. First of all, we'll do the comparison total plays. Elk River ran a total of 17. Alexandria, by comparison, ran 33 plays from scrimmage. So nearly 2-1 in favor of play selection for Alexandria. 18 rushing plays, 15 throws for the Cardinals. Elk River has been primarily ground-oriented. No surprise there. Elk River has a fabulous rushing attack that has been held in check by Alexandria's defensive effort tonight. Outside of that one explosive play, the 65-yard touchdown run by Dylan Rammert, Elk River has not generated 50 yards of rushing offense. So even with that 65-yard touchdown run, Elk River is barely over 100 yards of total offense. I have the Elks unofficially with 108 on the ground, and that would represent Elk River's total in this first half of play. The Cardinals have actually been able to drop Levi Harris, the excellent quarterback for Elk River. 3 tackles for loss by the Cardinal defense against Harris in this first half of play, including a quarterback sack on the last Elk River offensive series in the first half. Harris attempted only one pass. It was incomplete. Elk River had 4 first downs. They were all on the ground in the first half. Alexandria, by comparison, 215 yards of offense, so the Cardinals nearly doubling up Elk River in terms of the total offense. 86 yards rushing, 129 through the air. The ground attack being paced by quarterback Talon Witt. 7 rushes for 38 yards, and he has a rushing touchdown. Brody Berg, 6 carries for 22 yards. His long run was a 15-yard scoring play to cap off the first series of the night. And then Jackson Waltzing, 5 rushes for 26 yards, and he had a touchdown on the ground in the first half. Talon Witt had 1 pass fall to the turf in the first half out of 15 attempts, so his quarterback rating would have to be through the roof in the first half. 14 of 15 for a $129. No interceptions and 1 touchdown. That was the 30-yarder to Grady Starzl on the Cardinals' 4th series of the contest. The Alexandria Cardinal football team did not punt in the first half. Alexandria had 3 penalties, 2 of which, or actually 1 of which, was accepted by Elk River. That was a personal foul play, so 3 penalties for 15 yards on Alexandria in the first half. By comparison, Elk River had 4 penalties for 20 yards in the first half. It was a turnover-free first half, and again, I always think if you have a shot of beating Elk River, you got to try to take the football away from them. The Alexandria defense did not get a takeaway, but the Cardinals defense was able to keep Elk River's powerful offense down for the majority of that first half. 3rd down and 4th down conversions. Alexandria, big check marks in the boxes there. 4 for 6 on 3rd down, 2 for 2 on 4th down. Elk River in the late down situations, 0 for 3 on 3rd down and 0 for 2 on 4th down in the first half. Again, at the break, it's Alexandria 32, Elk River 8 in varsity football. That is the mid-game report, brought to you by Eldon's Fresh Foods here on People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM, 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, and also available through the Voice of Alexandria app. Thank you for joining us tonight on our Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. Our streaming brought to you by our friends at Integrity Title of Alexandria. Now a break as we'll enjoy a few words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming, and then we're back with the second half of Alexandria Cardinal football after this timeout.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
Where you start today is not where you'll finish tomorrow. At Alexandria College, we know you have big plans for the future. Find your calling and be a legend.
Dentistry at the Center knows all about busy schedules, and that's one of the best things about having 3 dentists. We have more appointment times available, so we can see you sooner. So, for dentist appointments to fit your schedule better, come see the friendly folks at Dentistry at the Center.
Life can sometimes feel like you're navigating through construction. You hit a detour, run out of gas, or you're going the wrong way on a one-way street. But Lakeland Mental Health Center is here to help you get back to the right path. Visit lmhc.org. Help today for a better tomorrow.
I just get a great satisfaction when I hear the relief in a customer's voice that they've been helped. They always feel it's an inconvenience when they call us. It's like, it's never an inconvenience. We love helping our customers.
At Viking Bank, we're invested in your journey.
When you want your closing to go as smooth as possible, ask for Integrity Title.
We may be a bit obsessed about our jobs and the details that go into it, but that's what makes us such a good choice for your real estate closing. Ask for Integrity Title, the title closing geeks.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving.
I'm looking for experienced, hardworking people to join my company. When you work for us, you'll be home every night, no overnight hotels. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
Cardinal sports fans on hand at Viking Bank Field tonight. What a whale of a first half performance for the Alexandria Cardinals. A lot to be proud about here, with Alexandria leading Elk River 32-8 with the start of the third quarter on the horizon. And Tim, really, in some ways, it's been a fun week, not only for the football team so far, but I know you were on hand over at Alexandria Area High School at Pollock Court last night. What did you see out of the Cardinal volleyball team's effort against Moorhead in the Cards' homecoming match?
Well, it was a big match. Cardinals and Moorhead, two Section 8 4A opponents going at it. Ended up being a real long match. Cardinals managed to pull out the 5-set win, 15-13 in the fifth set, winning sets 2, 4, and 5 after a pretty big defeat in set one. Team really responded nicely, and that could be a real important game in a few weeks when they look at the seeding for the section tournament.
Yeah, I know that Alexandria, due in part to the fact that they've had some kids in and out of the lineup, but they've also played some really good competition on back-to-back weekends at some tournaments in Marshall and in Burnsville. But that 6-11 record does include 3 head-to-head wins against your section rivals, a win over Brainerd, a win over Sartell, and now a win over Moorhead. I would think that should help Alexandria out just a bit, even with the sub-500 record.
Yeah, it will, provided they continue to build on that momentum. They really played, a couple of those tournaments, they really played shorthanded, but they had the whole team healthy last night, and if they continue to stay healthy and have a good couple of weeks here against some quality opponents like Sauk Rapids coming up and other conference matches that they will be favored to win, I think they will move up in those Section 8 4A standing, at least according to what the QRF rating is going to be. It doesn't look all that pretty right now, but I think if they can build on last night's win, I think you will see a move up in the QRF ratings.
Meanwhile, the broadcast that we had last night was on the north side of town over at Discovery Middle School. Our play-by-play broadcast of Alexandria girls swimming and diving this year was last night, and I thought a whale of an effort by Alexandria. I know the Cardinals took a 5-point loss in the team standings, but I know you're good friends with the head coach of the Cardinals, Mark Storhaug. I believe golfing partners on the circuit and everything like that, and I know he seemed pretty upbeat. I think 15 season best times or better diving scores that he was able to see on the board. So even with the 1-4 record, I think a rather young Alexandria girls swimming and diving team is making some nice inroads here.
Yeah, I think, and that's what you look for as a coach. The girls are progressing, they're getting stronger, their times are faster, and they had a very competitive meet last night. If they could have pulled out that last relay, they would have, the score would have flip-flopped the other way. So, he had a lot to be happy with last night.
The Alexandria Cardinal cross-country runners placed first in the Ricori Invite yesterday. The varsity boys with another first-place finish following up what they did at the pre-Section 8 AAA meet last Friday over in St. Michael. And then the girls placing first. I would be remiss if we didn't give a little plug to Nick Jansen's Alexandria girls tennis team.
Oh, yeah.
It's not that often that this deep into the season you have a team an undefeated team playing another undefeated team, and the team that is still undefeated is the Alexandria Cardinals, now at 18-0 after Alexandria beat Fergus Falls yesterday at Courts Plus in Fargo as they shifted that indoors to make sure the match could be completed. But Fergus Falls is a terrific team. I know the Otters come down to Alexandria next Thursday to close out the Cardinals regular season, and that should be another dandy match.
Yeah, I think, well, that'll be for the conference title, I imagine. So the Cardinals take a slight lead in the conference over Fergus Falls with the tennis, and if they can hold serve, no pun intended, at home later next week, they should be your CLC champs, and I don't know how long it's been since our tennis teams had a conference championship.
Well, I know I've shared some information on our Cardinal Sports Reports. If Alexandria gets a win against the St. Cloud Crush at Tech on Tuesday, Alexandria will get at least a share of the Central Lakes Conference girls tennis title, as we've got a squib kick to begin the third quarter, and the Elk River receiver actually may have slipped on the turf a little bit, and he'll be dropped at the 29-yard line. Alexandria has never won the girls tennis Central Lakes Conference title. They came close last year, but a win by the Cardinals on Tuesday would mean no worse than a share of the CLC championship. And if Alexandria can win against St. Cloud and against Fergus Falls next week, then Nick Jansen's Cardinals would be the outright Central Lakes Conference girls tennis champions. 29-yard line will be the line of scrimmage as we begin the third quarter, and it's going to be Levi Harris, the quarterback for Elk River, calling his own number, turns it around the right end, and will pick up about 3, maybe 4 on the play.
Aiden Schneiderhan, the tackler.
Levi Harris carried the ball 4 times in the first half, and he was tackled for a loss 3 times, including once on a quarterback sack. Harris and Carson Clefman have really been held in check tonight by this stout Alexandria defense that has played some inspired football. Power T formation on the 2nd down and 6, and here is the give-off. I think that was Clefman getting the carry there, trying the left side, and he'll navigate out to about the 35.
I think we had Rhett Meyer, and I think Connor Wang was in on the tackle too.
So a pickup of 2 brings up 3rd down and almost 5 for the Elk River Elks.
Looks like, Cardinals have been in what looks like a 4-4 defensive lineup with actually almost a 4-6-1 with 1 safety and 6 linebackers.
And now the inside handoff, and the ball carrier is going to be stopped around the 37-yard line. Not much to be gained there. As and I think that was Carson Clefman picking up about 3 yards on the play, and it'll be 4th down, and it would not surprise me at all to see Steve Hamilton, the head coach of the Elk River Elks, go for it here on 4th down.
Looks like they are. Jack Morissette, Adrian Miles, 2 of the tacklers on that last play.
Again, Elk River needs to get up to near the 40-yard line, and we've got shifting up front, but Alexandria defensively stayed onside. Here is Levi Harris handing off, and the ball carrier, I think, was able to get out past the 40-yard line. That one went to the left side, and it will be enough for a 1st down as Owen Anderson got the carry there for Elk River.
Yeah, he just got the line to gain. In fact, they're marking it at the 40, so yeah, I think they start at the 29, so it's at the 40-yard line now.
So that will be a pickup of a couple of yards there for Owen Anderson, and Elk River gets a 4th down conversion. Now Harris is going to hand off, and the Cardinals string the play out, and it's going to be a gain of only about 2 yards there. And that was Clefman on the carry for Elk River.
Brody Bergen on that tackle, along with Grady Starzl.
So a gain of 2, and it's 2nd down and 8. Elk River is so effective at getting short gains and moving the chains, but time is not necessarily an ally for a team that's down by 24, but Elk River's not going to veer too much from the game plan here. Now we've got some movement up along the right side, and Elk River might be assessed a false start for the 4th time tonight.
I would think that would have been a point of attention in the Elk River halftime discussion with the coaches.
Yep, I know some of the Alexandria Motors keys to the game earlier. Steve Hamilton felt that, we needed to avoid the miscues, and that would be penalties and turnovers. His team has been able to do it on the turnover aspect, but now 5 penalties for a loss of 25 yards for Elk River, and it's 2nd down and 13. Again, that tight T formation. Levi Harris is going to throw the ball, and it's going to be caught. That's going to be Owen Anderson, I believe, along the outside, and he's going to work the ball into the territory of the... I'm sorry, that was Carson Clefman getting the catch there, and the forward progress will be at the 42-yard line. So now... inside handoff here, and the ball carrier, I believe that's Braden Becker, and he'll pick up about 4 yards there.
Blake Scholl in on that tackle, and after that first down, the Elk River going with a little bit of a hurry up.
And now we've got a player for Alexandria down on the turf, a little bit slow in getting up. So this will be an official timeout. The Elk River players are going to go gather over closer to their sideline while the Alexandria players all kneel down, and we'll see who's going to be looked at here. I think you've got Britt Ludwig from Heartland Orthopedic Specialists out to tend to the Alexandria player. It will be 2nd down and 4 yards to go when play does resume. Alexandria 32, Elk River 8. We are in the third quarter here at Alexandria Area High School's Viking Bank Field. And again, stoppage here due to the player that was being looked at. Maybe Adrian Miles, or...
I think it was Jensen Martinson.
Yes, that is correct. And he's up on his feet. He's going to walk over to the sideline here, so... hopefully he'll be attended to along the sideline, and he'll be able to come back in a bit. So now 2nd down and 4 yards to go for Elk River. We have played about 3 minutes and 45 seconds of this third quarter. Alexandria's halftime score still up on the board. Cardinals in front 32-8. Levi Harris, senior quarterback, under center. And he's going to delay the handoff, and he did not hand it off. I think he kept the football, and he got stopped maybe for a slight loss on the play.
Blake Scholl tackling the quarterback there.
Yep, a loss of 1 yard, so it'll bring up 3rd down and about 5 here for the Elk River Elks. Elk River 0 for 4 on 3rd down so far tonight. I hope I didn't throw the DMAC jinx out there. This is probably 4 down territory with Elk River possessing on the 35. And the handoff, and the ball carrier has nowhere to go. And the ball carrier was Carson Clefman, and he got swarmed under. He was able to pick up some yardage down inside the 35, so it's going to bring up a 4th down and 2.
Blake Scholl and Connor Wang, 2 of the Cardinals in on that tackle.
So we'll see Elk River's offense stay out on the field. This will be the 10th play of the series for Elk River. Here's Harris, and he delays the handoff, and he's in trouble.
Yes.
He'll go down in the backfield. And Alexandria is going to force the turnover on downs. Let's look at that on our YouTube channel as Quality Real Estate brings you the instant replay. And that will be a turnover on downs as Levi Harris will be dropped for a loss of 2. And we're going to go into a commercial break. 6:56 to go, third period. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard in varsity football. It's Alexandria 32, Elk River 8.
CM Woodworks produces high-quality cabinetry and furniture locally, right here in Nelson. See their showroom at 7300 39th Avenue Northeast in Nelson. CM Woodworks. Custom wood creations. Designed for beauty, built for life.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
As we return to live action at Alexandria Area High School Stadium and Viking Bank Field, Brody Berg gets the first play of the second half, running behind the left side of the offensive line, and he'll carry for about 6, maybe 7 yards. I think it's going to be second and a short 4 here for the Alexandria Cardinals. The Cardinals working from our right to left as you watch on the YouTube channel. This time Berg got the call again, and he'll be stopped maybe a couple of yards shy of the line to gain for a first down.
Yeah, one of the linebackers blitzed from the outside there and was able to trip him up before he could really get his momentum going.
So it'll be third down and a couple here for the Alexandria Cardinals. Talon Witt now approaching under center Brendan Behrens. Now goes back into the spread formation. Elk River's got a bunch of people up in the box right now. Let's see if Alexandria might try to throw on this third down. Down to 3 seconds to go on the play clock. Here's a good snap back to Talon Witt. The rush comes on. Here's the throw, and it's going to be caught, and it's going to be a catch inbounds. Oh my, Brady Gunberg was able to run underneath and make the grab at the 38-yard line.
He made a nice adjustment on that ball and a real good job to keep at least 1 foot in bounds there.
Yep, so Alexandria is going to pick up the conversion, needing a couple, and Alexandria gets about 16, and it's a Cardinal first down. Alexandria now 5 for 7 on third down conversions tonight. Alexandria 32, Elk River 8. We are in the third quarter. D-Mac and Coach Z on the call. Here's a fake handoff. Talon Witt rolling to the right, shooting it to the right. Wide open along the sideline is Talon's cousin Mason Witt, and that should be a gain of about 12 and another Alexandria first down.
Yeah, he had a lot of time out on that right side. He had a short pass where Blake Scholl was open, and he was able to hit the intermediate route to Mason.
So now the ball is resting at the Elk River 27-yard line. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, Alexandria is the team flowing right to left here in this third quarter of play as the light rain continues to come down. Talon Witt waiting in the shotgun. He's going to hand off. Brody Berg busts a tackle and then kind of navigates for a pickup of about 3. And Tim, the nice thing is you keep running the football. You mix in a few passes there. The tackles are being made in bounds, and this continues to keep the clock moving.
Yeah, good. I mean, Brody there, kind of had an arm tackle holding him up, right at the line of scrimmage, but he's able to drag him for a 3, almost 4-yard gain there.
So it'll be second down and about 7 here for Alexandria. Cardinals with the ball just inside the 25. Inside handoff. Brody Berg is going to be stood up, and a very short gain here, maybe only about a yard. And now we have an Alexandria player a little bit slow in getting back onto the turf, and we might have an official stoppage here. Pickup of 1 for Berg, and that's going to bring up a third down and 6 yards to go. Alexandria has led since the Cardinals scored on their first possession of the night. Elk River, a team that had averaged 53 points a game coming in, has had 5 series tonight, 1 punt, 3 turnovers on downs, and a 65-yard touchdown run. So the success rate, Elk River possessions to scores, 20%. If you're the Alexandria defense, you would take that every single day of the week.
Oh, absolutely.
And again, we have a player that's being tended to on the field as Brent Ludwig from Heartland Orthopedic Specialists is out there. I tell you what, with the official timeout, we're going to make a 30-second break of our own here 4:23 to go in the third. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It's Alexandria 32, Elk River 8.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ. We're the dentists at the Alexandria Dental Clinic, where advanced care meets a family-first approach.
From cosmetic dentistry and Invisalign to restorative work and pediatric care.
Alexandria Dental Clinic, your smile's new best friend.
Enjoy life at the lake and work for a growing company that offers rewarding careers and cares about your well-being. Agard, we build cool machines and are hiring for multiple positions across the organization. Plus, no-cost health benefits for you and your family.
Brody Berg was the player that was down on the field for Alexandria. He heads to the sidelines. Jackson waltzing now in. It's a quarterback draw on third down. Big opening for Talon Witt up the middle, and he's into the end zone for the Alexandria Cardinal touchdown. I believe that's going to be a 28-yard scamper for Alexandria quarterback Talon Witt. His second rushing touchdown of the night, and Alexandria grows the lead to 30. It's now the Cardinals 38, the Elk River Elks 8.
Yeah, I don't know if that was called from the sideline. They saw something, but he took one step back, the old quarterback draw, and he didn't get touched until he split two defenders at the goal line.
And as Alexandria has done throughout the course of the night, when the Cardinals score a touchdown, they keep the offense on the field and will try to go for two. So far, Alexandria is 4 for 4 on the 2-point conversion opportunities. Talon Witt is going to hand off, and it's going to be Mason Witt firing toward the end zone, and the catch is
dropped.
Yep, it will not be made. I don't know if Mason was trying to connect with his cousin there, but the pass will be incomplete. So the first time tonight that the Cardinals do not convert on a 2-point attempt, but still Alexandria expands the lead. 4:08 to go in the third period, and updating the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, it's now the Alexandria Cardinals 38, the Elk River Elks 8. And Tim, again, kind of a continuation from first half to second half. Alexandria's defense yielded a little bit of yardage to Elk River, but got the key late down stops as they've been doing all night. And Alexandria, it just seems like whatever the play sequence that the coaches are giving to Mike Empting, it's all working.
Well, I mean, to come out and get the defensive stop, that was very impressive. But our offense, to get the offense back out there and the offense to continue to be 5 for 5 on scoring drives, so that was a perfect start to the second half.
Ethan Carlson with a squib kick down the field. This one's going to bounce. It almost took a side bounce to stay in bounds there. Ethan trying to practice that kick to keep it in play, but again, another procedure call on Alexandria for a kick out of bounds, and Elk River will start at the 35-yard line.
That bounces in. The Cardinals might have recovered down there inside the 10.
Yes, because it's a free ball at that point. Yep. So if Elk River becomes too much of a spectator, then that could be problematic. So now we're going to see the Elk River football team come back out on the field. 1st and 10 for the Elks at the 35-yard line on the Elk River side of the field. And the handoff to the ball carrier, Jackson Freeman, and he tried to get wide and just would not be able to break loose from the defensive effort for Alexandria.
That was one of the plays that was pretty successful for the Elks in the first half, and a couple times they've tried to run that sweep out wide. Our containment has been there, and on that play, just a real nice solo tackle by Connor Wang.
So it'll be second down now and 9 for Elk River. Again, a bunch of people up close to the box, and here's a handoff to the ball carrier right side, but again, Alexandria pursuing well on the carrier, that being Dylan Remmert for Elk River. It is a gain, but it'll bring up 3rd down and 5. Remmert scored the touchdown for Elk River back in the first half. That's his first carry since then.
That was Connor Wang again.
So it'll be 3rd down and 5. This likely 4-down territory here for Elk River. And now another handoff, and the Elks are not going to get it. It'll be a short gain again, Remmert, but he's going to be stopped a couple of yards short of the line to gain for the first down.
I'm going to call Berg and Morissette on names on that tackle.
So 4th down and less than 2. Elk River with the ball at the Elks 43-yard line. Late 3rd quarter, Alexandria leads this game by 30. It is a 38-8 Cardinals lead. And Elk River will go for it on 4th down. Now a bunch of people up front. Still 13 seconds to go on the play clock. 2:10 to go in the 3rd quarter. Levi Harris with the inside handoff and nowhere to go. The Cardinals are going to get yet another turnover on downs.
I think we had Morissette and Meyer in on that tackle.
Elk River is unable to get the necessary yardage for the conversion. Carson Clefman gets stopped for a 1-yard gain when he needed 2. So Alexandria will again turn Elk River over on downs, and the Cardinals are going to start on the Elk side of the field. Oh my goodness. Alexandria's defense, A-plus effort tonight. And the Cardinals are dominating the state's #1 ranked team. Up by 30, now with the ball on the plus side of the field at the Elk River 44. Talon Witt's going to hand off, and Jackson Waltzing gets the carry here. Holds on to the ball and will get a short gain. Maybe a couple of yards. Important here that Alexandria just take care of the football, and the time becoming more and more of an ally for Mike Empting's football team. The Cardinals up by 30. And now we've got an official timeout as an Elk River player is a little bit slow in getting up. Tim, again, you know what Alexandria has been able to do to prepare. And keep in mind, this is homecoming week. And homecoming is always an exciting time of the year, but it could be one of the most distracting weeks for a football team to prepare. But, you know, maybe it was good that Elk River ended up being Alexandria's homecoming opponent this year, especially for the guys that were part of that Prep Bowl runner-up team last year.
Yeah, I think our guys up front especially, but all the returning players, had to leave a little bit of a sour taste in their mouth, and they had, they wanted to come out and prove something. So, having the extra emotion of homecoming week, I think probably helped our success. And just noting the opponent itself, coaching staff was going to have the players' attention this week.
Paxton Freitag was the player slow in getting up. He's now up on his feet, and he will head over to the Elk River sideline, which is on the east end here at Viking Bank Field. Again, we're late in the third quarter. Tim Zuffer and yours truly, Dave McClurg, with the broadcast. J.P. Bolin is our videographer, doing the yeoman's work in not-so-ideal conditions as rain continues to fall here on a homecoming Friday night in Alexandria. But I think for the Cardinal faithful, it's almost like the sun is shining as Alexandria leads by 30 over the team that is ranked number 1 in Class 5A, the defending state champion Elk River Elks.
I think you'll see the Cardinals use the entire play clock the rest of the game.
Talon Witt waiting the snap here from Brendan Behrens. And here's a pitch. It's going to be to the right side. Mason Witt turns upfield, stays along the sideline, and I think he's got enough for a first down.
Yeah, nice block by Grady Starzl out there in front.
So that will be a gain of close to 10 there. I think the forward progress will be down to the 33. Talon Witt's fourth pass of the night went to the turf incomplete. He has now thrown 18 in the game, and that pass that hit the turf is his only incomplete pass. 17 of 18 tonight. Now here's Jackson Waltzing getting over the right side. Got a stick around the 30, but will still pick up about 4 yards running behind that right side, which includes guys such as Jack Morissette and other people, Brody Hennessy, maybe seeing a few snaps there as well.
Yeah, the Cardinals mixing it up real well with both the run and the pass. The offense has been firing on all cylinders.
Alexandria has scored five meaningful series and 5 touchdowns, and now is operating inside the Elk River 30-yard line. 38-8 Cardinals, late third quarter. Busting into the open, there's Jackson Waltzing inside the 10. There he goes! Touchdown, Alexandria!
Wow.
On what will turn out to be, I believe, a 29-yard scoring run for Jackson Waltzing. And Alexandria tacks onto the lead. The Cardinals now are leading Elk River 44-8 late in the third quarter. So Alexandria has been consistent, 2 scoring drives in each of the 3 periods so far tonight. And now we're going to see Ethan Carlson in to try the extra point, to try to give Alexandria a 45th point on the night. And now we've got some movement up front. And let's see if Alexandria will move back 5 yards. It's going to be a false start penalty. Fifth infraction of the night for the Cardinals. Only 2 of the 5 have been accepted for Elk River against Alexandria. So 2 penalties walked off for 20 yards. So now Ethan Carlson will try the extra point with the ball placed down at the 15-yard line. Blake Scholl to snap and Thomas Hendricks to hold as Carlson looks for point number 45. Ball is snapped a little bit high, but the kick is down, and it is good. So with 18 seconds to go in period number 3, the Alexandria Cardinals expand on the lead. It is now Alexandria 44, Elk River 8 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Tim, I would have never in my wildest dreams thought we would have a game that at the beginning of the fourth quarter would have the mercy rule, and the mercy rule would be put on by the 10th ranked team against the state's top ranked team.
Yeah, that is the Cardinals have made just quite the statement, and I would have never guessed this kind of I expected our team to be really ready to play tonight and a competitive, but I expected a competitive game, and our gentlemen have made all the plays tonight on both sides of the football.
Yeah, really a dominating performance. And if you're an Alexandria Cardinal alumnus, fan of the Cardinals, just even a high school sports fan in general, maybe I'm a little bit biased and Coach Z is a little bit biased, but this has been an altogether impressive performance by and large for the Alexandria football team. Short kickoff is going to be fielded by Elk River, and the return man Dakota Larkin will bring it back a couple of yards.
Rhett Meyer with a special teams tackle.
So Elk River will actually begin out around its 35-yard line, in fact, right at the 35. Again, since halftime, Elk River has had a turnover on downs after picking up 2 first downs, and then a turnover on downs with no first downs on the most recent series. Elk River down big in Alexandria late in the third. Here is a handoff, and the ball carrier, Owen Anderson, will tote the rock, and that may bring us to the end of the third period of play.
Connor Wang with another tackle.
And we have reached the end of the third quarter here at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria. A stunner as the number 1 ranked team is being rolled by the Alexandria Cardinals. The fourth is next on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard, and that comes your way in 60 seconds. The numbers right now have Alexandria leading Elk River 45-8.
Get great service at Alexandria Motors. Serving your family for generations and generations to come. Stop in for a great deal on your next vehicle. Alexandria Motors. One low price, plain and simple, always.
Why do I bank at First Western? Easy. They take care of their customers.
First Western. You can bank on us.
Getting in and out of the pharmacy is easy with Trum Drug's app, Rx Local. Download the app, choose Trum Drug as your pharmacy, use it for medication refills and reminders. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
We start the fourth quarter at Viking Bank Field on the campus of Alexandria Area High School. The number one ranked team in the state in Class 5A. Last year's state champion Elk River Elks are down by 37 points. It's Alexandria 45, Elk River 8. The team starters still on the field for both sides. And before I believe a play gets snapped, we're going to have yet another false start penalty on Elk River. Boy, Tim, so many things have not gone right for the visitors, and I think this is something that will stick in the craw of Steve Hamilton, that at times his team has been their own worst enemy.
Yeah, I think some of our linebackers are kind of coming up and stunting, and they're just falling for it.
So now second down and handoff here, and I believe it's Braden Becker that will work his way out to about the 40-yard line. So that'll be a pickup of close to 8 yards, bringing up third down and 5.
Linebackers Connor Wang and Brody Berg in on that tackle, two of our tackling leaders.
Third down and 5. This, again, likely four-down territory for Elk River. In spite of the wrong end of the score that the Elks are on, it's going to be a handoff right side, and the ball carrier is going to get into the open, and Caleb Healy, on his first carry of the night, is going to get into the end zone for a long touchdown run of 60 yards.
Well, it's tough to keep them down for an entire half.
That's right. One explosive play netted a score in the first half for Elk River, and now the Elks score on an explosive play here in quarter number 4. So that makes the score 45-14, and that means the stoppage time will now be used.
No, I think I think the score has to go closer than that.
No, I believe it is. Once you go below 35, I think we have the normal stoppages. Basketball is mercy rule like that, but I think football, it's still the same. But
well, they had the clock running after that score.
Okay. So Levi Harris does score from the two-point conversion. So we do have a change in the score. It is a 2-point successful conversion for Elk River, and we'll take a 30-second timeout. Glenwood State Bank scoreboard early in the fourth now reads Alexandria 45, Elk River 16.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com with offices in Alexandria, Fergus Falls, Glenwood, and Morris.
For over 30 years, Northland Buildings has been providing quality post-frame buildings to customers, serving clients across the upper Midwest since 1994. Northland Buildings. Quality buildings built tough for the Northland.
Northland Building.
Elk River needs just 3 plays to score on a 65-yard series. Most of it done by the legs of junior running back Caleb Healy. Bursts into the open for a 60-yard touchdown run, and then Levi Harris runs in the 2-point conversion. That makes the score 45-16. Let's see if Carson Clefman tries a, nope, he's going to kick it deep. Nobody back, and so the ball's going to bounce to the goal line and into the end zone. Very close to being a live ball down near the goal line, but Talon Witt decided to let it go, seeing that he was right near the end zone there. So Alexandria will start on the 20-yard line.
Unlike the Pittsburgh Steelers, when the ball goes to the end zone, it is a dead ball in high school football.
Yes. So first and 10 for the Alexandria Cardinals back at the 20. And, no time ran off the clock. So 10:33 to go in the fourth. Again, Alexandria up by 29 on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Again, the Cardinals moving back into the top 10 rankings. Alexandria was there at the start of the season and lost the opener to Chanhassen by 2 points. Here's Talon Witt handing off, and the ball carrier, Brody Berg, back in for Alexandria, and he stopped right at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, he and Jackson Waltzing have been trading series, and Brody was in on defense that last series as well.
Yep, so good to see there. The Cardinals here actually with their poorest field position to start a series at their own 20. In the previous series, Alexandria this half started on their own 38 and at the Elk River 44. Here it's second down and about 9. We'll call it second and 10 just outside the 20-yard line. Here's a pitch right side, and Brady Gunberg is not able to hang on. That snaps the streak of 14 consecutive pass completions thrown by Talon Witt.
Yeah,
and that brings up third down.
It was a nice play. Brady usually sure-handed, had a nice blocker with Thomas Hendricks out in front, but one of the few miscues from our offense this evening.
So third down and 9. Third down has been a rather friendly down for the Cards tonight as Alexandria is 6 of 8. Plus 2 for 2 on fourth down. Now the play clock down to 5 seconds. And Talon Witt will get the snap. He'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up, shoot it to the right side. Catch made, and then the receiver is going to be knocked out of bounds. And that will be Brody Berg on the receiving end, and that will be just a little bit short of the first down. Looks like forward progress will be to the 28-yard line.
So 4th and 2, and remember Talon Witt is our punter, and he's done a nice job of flipping the field, but he's also got that rugby-style punt where if he sees an opening, he could run for the first down.
Yeah, and I'm sure Elk River saw on the game films that the fake punt in the fourth period down in Sartell last week. Now Talon Witt will back up as if he's to punt the ball away. He's going to roll to the right, and he's going to tuck the ball in. He's got room to run, and I think he got past the 30. Elk River, or actually Alexandria's players, I think Jack Morissette, and then also Evan Zabel, and also up front for the Alexandria Cardinals, Spencer Kleindl, were all indicating first down. So the Cardinals do have Talon Witt run the football, and he picked up 3.
I'm surprised Elk River
played for a return, or
well, I mean, they had to be aware of the potential of Talon doing that, but.
And now handoff. I think it's Jackson Waltzing getting the carry here and works his way in between the tackles there and picks up about 3 yards. Before Elk River has 3 or 4 defenders bringing him down. So second down and 6 yards to go. Waltzing now approaching 70 yards rushing. Talon Witt close to 70 yards rushing. Brody Berg a little more than 50 yards rushing tonight. And the clock more and more of a friend for the Alexandria Cardinals as we're under 9 minutes to go in the game. Alexandria 45, Elk River 16. Play clock now down to 5 seconds. Here is Talon Witt, and he's going to faked the handoff. He's got room to run, and he's into the open. Got to that second level before he's dropped by Owen Anderson, but not before Talon Witt picks up about 11 yards, and the Cardinals have 4 fresh downs.
Not only did he make a nice run there, prior to the snap, he made sure his teammates were lined up properly. We didn't have the left tackle covered, and he made sure that one of our players got up there on the line of scrimmage, so it was a legal formation.
So now 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at their own 46-yard line. As you're watching on our YouTube channel, Alexandria is going left to right in the 4th period. Elk River shifting some people. They've got a lot of people in the box right now. Here's a handoff and a big opening, and it's going to be a first down run for Waltzing, and then he may have lost the football. Late penalty flag comes down. I think the Cardinals may keep possession. Let's see if it's going to be a defensive infraction here.
I think they might get a tackle high to the helmet area.
Yep, it's going to be a personal foul, and we did not see who the personal foul was. It is on Elk River.
Yeah,
so
they didn't give what the infraction was, just that it was a personal foul.
Yeah, and let's see. I think Waltzing will pick up about 17 yards, and then they'll march additional yardage off. So Alexandria is actually going to get the ball at the 18-yard line. So the Cardinals now operating in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. 1st and 10 for Alexandria at the Elk River 18-yard line. Talon Witt pumps once, looks to his left. He'll roll out. He'll fire toward the end zone. It's up for grabs and probably should have been picked off in the end zone by one of the Elk River defensive backs. But it's an incomplete pass.
Well, the initial pass routes were covered, and two of our receivers saw an opening in the end zone, but unfortunately they both ran to the same spot.
Yeah.
And brought a couple defenders there.
So it will be 2nd down and 10. Alexandria with the football at the Elk River 18. 7:43 remains in the Alexandria Cardinals homecoming game, and so far it's been happy for the hosts, leading 45-16. Here's a pitch right side. There's Mason Witt up the sideline, and he'll be knocked out of bounds around the 7-yard line. And that should be enough for a first down, I believe.
Yes, they're marking it as a first down.
Yep, right at the 8-yard line. So it's a pickup of 10 there. And first down and goal to go now for Alexandria. The Cardinals just picked up their 20th first down in tonight's game. That usually is a sign that you're running a lot of plays, and the Cardinals have done that as well. 45-16, Alexandria in front. 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. Now here's Talon Witt handing off. Jackson Waltzing spinning around, taking a couple of defenders for a ride, and it will be forward progress down to about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he was able to break the first tackle and get positive yardage there.
So 2nd down, goal to go. Likely 4-down territory for Alexandria. If the Cardinals can score a touchdown here, we would go back to the mercy rule again. 5 minutes now into the 4th quarter, and Alexandria leads by 29 over the team that presently is ranked number 1 in the state, but likely may take a tumble after this week is done. Now here's a pitch left side. It's caught. Mason Witt is going to get into the end zone, and it's an Alexandria Cardinal touchdown.
Credit Starzl and Gunberg for the blocks out there that sprung him.
Again, the wide receivers doing their job with some downfield blocking, and Alexandria increases the lead. 6:43 to go in the 4th quarter, and Alexandria's up by 35 at 51-16. Oh, my. Dominating performance by an Alexandria team that's on its way to win number 3 in succession. And although this may not rank at the level of being involved in the Prep Bowl, I'm sure a measure of revenge is being taken by the Cardinals tonight. Ethan Carlson in to try the extra point. Snap is down. Thomas Hendricks places it, and the kick is up and good. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout. Let's update the numbers on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. It now reads Alexandria 52, Elk River 16.
Hi, I'm Dr. Emma.
And I'm Dr. AJ.
Better water starts with EcoWater. Get started today and discover EcoWater's products and expertise for the perfect solution. Visit WeFixWaterMN.com.
Being locally owned here at the Culvers of Alexandria, Charles Johnson and myself, John Loomis, are very proud to be a part of the community. We enjoy the time we get to spend here, the memories we've made, and we're excited to see you after the game when you need to refuel. Go Cardinals!
Who do you turn to if you or a loved one is experiencing a mental health crisis? We're here. Region 4 South Mobile Crisis Team will come to you by calling 701-364-0431.
The mercy rule back in effect as Alexandria is in front 52-16. The Cardinals putting together an 80-yard scoring drive that ended up being 10 plays. Cardinals had a 12-play series for a score back in the first half. Here is a pooch kick, if you will. It's going to be fielded by Elk River at the 24-yard line, and the return man will tumble forward to about the 38. That will be the return man, Dylan Rammert, for the Elk River Elks.
Miles Gray with a tackle.
So Elk River will operate out near the 40-yard line. The return for Rammert will be about 14. So Elk River possesses 1st and 10 at the 38. Alexandria up by a bunch, 52-16, over a team that got moved into the number 1 ranking in Class 5A football this week. Different quarterback in now. Levi Harris no longer in. A.J. Skogquist is the backup quarterback, and he's going to hand off. And at this point of the game, I think if you're Steve Hamilton and the Elk River Elks, you'd be really happy to just not get kids hurt and get this clock wound down to 0 and look to regroup for the Elk River homecoming coming up next week.
Yeah, both teams. Cardinals just substituted a number of players. Adrian Miles with the previous tackle.
You are listening to People Radio, KXRA Alexandria, 1490 AM. 100.3 FM, 105.7 FM, audio through the Voice of Alexandria app. Thank you so much for watching our broadcast tonight. It is available through the Voice of Alexandria live stream channel on YouTube. JP Boleen is our videographer. Tim Zupfer is my broadcast partner, and I am DMAC Dave McClurg, announcing what has turned out to be a beautiful night for prep football in Alexandria as the Cardinals are on their way to capturing the homecoming game in 2025, leading by 36 points.
Wyatt Krebs and Aiden Button in on that tackle.
3rd down and about 7 here for Elk River, and a handoff, and the Elks ball carrier gets stood up around the 43-yard line. Some late yardage there, and that's a different running back, Brody Metcalf, getting the carry for Elk River.
We have Bryce Russman and Rhett Meyer in on that tackle.
Excellent to see more people coming in to help close out an Alexandria Cardinal football victory. 4th down, a little less than 3 to go for Elk River, and the Elks will keep the offense on the field. Again, starting quarterback Levi Harris no longer in. It's A.J. Skogquist with the ball, and he's going to...
Still has it.
Yep, he's got it, and he's down the sideline inside the 40, and he'll be wrapped up around the 23-yard line or so.
Bryson Hassapopoulos with the tackle.
Yep, so a gain of about, I think line of scrimmage will be the 22. So that will be a pickup of 34 for Skogquist there on what is his first carry of the night. So the Elk River Elks are now in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with, well, not quite yet. They're outside the 20-yard line. False start on the play-by-play guy. Now we've got a handoff here, and the Ball carrier does work his way down inside the 15, and oh my, Braden Backer came up and he shoved an Alexandria player down to the turf after the tackle was made. I'm really surprised we did not see a personal foul penalty being called there.
Might have been a bit of embellishment there.
So pickup of 9 on the carry for Backer, and play will continue on here. Now the Elks are in the Alex Rubbish and Recycling red zone. Start seeing red with Alex Rubbish and Recycling. Quarterback Skogquist is going to hand off, and it's just a straight ahead play here for the Elks. That may have been Backer once again, or did it? Yep, we'll give him credit for the run there. First down and goal to go as the football now resting at the 6-yard line. Again, the clock continuing to roll. This might be the last play of the game. Now here is a handoff up toward the goal line, and I believe the Cardinals are going to keep the ball carrier out, and that's the way the game should come to an end. A dominating performance for the Alexandria Cardinals over the defending Class 5A state football champions. Elk River proved to be no match for Alexandria tonight. The Cardinals win in a blowout. Final on the Glenwood State Bank scoreboard. Alexandria 52, Elk River 16. The Cardinals now at 3-1 on a 3-game win streak. And the Elk River Elks suffer a defeat for the first time in almost a calendar year. The last loss for Elk River was to Andover in the regular season last fall. Elk River now stands at 3-1 as well. That will do it for our play-by-play. We do invite you to stick around after a few words from our boosters of Alexandria Cardinal sports programming. We're going to get into the postgame report, brought to you by Jutner Motors of Alexandria. After this, timeout.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving.
I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best cleaning.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Great.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving.
I'm looking for people who have experience and are willing to work hard. For those that do, you can earn up to 6 figures working for my company. Give me a call and visit my website, because we're hiring and we want to talk to you about your next career with us.
First Western provides the best in customer service.
Professional, friendly, full-service banking is what you can count on at First Western.
First Western, you can bank on us.
Fresh, family, locally loved. Eldon's Fresh Foods. Eldon's Fresh Foods.
If you haven't experienced all new Woodies, you're missing out on the best clean in town.
We installed all new equipment and high suction vacuum service,
but kept our personalized touch with our pre-wash and hand drying service.
Get your shine on
at Woody's Car Wash in the heart of downtown Alexandria.
Trum Drug has things in every aisle that you won't find anywhere else, and many of them are made right here in Minnesota. Stop in and grab something for yourself, a friend, or family. Trum Drug, locally owned, locally loved.
Cardinals fans, did you know that Cenex Midtown Express has a gas pump designated to support Alexandria Public Schools? For each gallon purchased, 2 cents will be donated to the schools. Pump up your pride at Cenex, your local hometown choice in Alexandria and Garfield. Owned by the community, supporting the community.
Ford, Lincoln, Dodge, Chrysler, Ram, Jeep, make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer. Make it Jetner Motors your best price dealer.
I see generations who are passionate about what they did. I hope that I can leave a legacy of compassion for people and love for family and friends.
When you come to Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill, you can count on great food, over 30 beers on tap, and a creative drink menu.
Come join us today at Fat Daddy's Bar and Grill in Alexandria.
Good service, good friends, and a great place to eat.
There is a man, an insurance man, located in the birthplace of America, where he is committed to helping you find the best coverage for your needs.
Welcome. I'm Keith. When you think of insurance, think of Bill Marks, where we do the shopping for you.
From your first home to a growing family, life keeps moving. Hi, I'm Sarah Iverson with State Farm Insurance. Every change means something new to protect. Let's start a conversation today about your peace of mind, because like a good neighbor, Sarah Iverson will be there.
Hi, Carl Qualley with Qualley Real Estate. Our business approach is based on what we call the 4 E's: experience, expertise, ethics, and energy. Qualities that led us to be voted best real estate company 3 years in a row. Find your real estate coach at Qualley Real Estate, where we protect your money.
Of Alexandria. And Tim, I know that a lot of Alexandria sports fans have plenty to be proud about with this Alexandria Cardinal football program in general, but this Cardinal football team, they really kind of threw the high school football world on its ear tonight. You don't normally do 52-16 against a team the quality of the Elk River Elks.
No, I kept waiting for something to go wrong in that game, and it never did. The Cardinals have, technically they had 8 possessions in the game, but one of them was the 1 second kneel down at halftime. Other than that, they had 7 offensive possessions and scored a touchdown in every single possession. And other than maybe, one play, our first team defense posts a shutout.
That's right. And again, we talk about, some of the variables of why Alexandria can look so impressive in putting scores on the board. But, boy, this defensive effort, we saw it, 2 weeks ago when we were here when Monticello was in, and how many plays the Cardinal defense had to defend on its own side of the field. I think Monticello had 5 drives that night that got stopped in Alexandria territory. The Cardinals got a shutout. Then last week, the first team defense allows 1 score. And then here tonight, against a team that was averaging 53 points a game, the Cardinals defense allows just 1 score. That
Actually,
might
it was
be
2, I guess, but yeah.
I guess you can include that second score. I think both teams had their first teamers in there at that point, but still 2 scores against an Elk River team that its lowest point total in a game prior to tonight was 50. But I tell you what, Elk River took a spanking here tonight, but that team is going to respond. I do not feel any sympathy for the Elk River opponent that is going to come up on the schedule next week for the Elks homecoming.
Cambridge Isani.
Yeah, Cambridge Isani in a North Star West Gold district matchup. But I would think Elk River comes away from this feeling humbled. And, Alexandria, 4 complete quarters of football. I kept waiting, kind of like yourself, a little bit on the skeptical side. When are we going to see this surge by Elk River? And, because Alexandria's offense did what it did, keep the football moving down the field, matriculating, if you will, and then put points on the board to finish the drives. And then the Cardinals getting a couple of turnovers on downs in the second half, to keep Elk River at bay. And, I talked about last school year being a pinch me school year for what was accomplished by so many different Alexandria programs. This was a pinch me night for Alexandria Cardinal football. Kind of a dream performance by the Cards.
Yeah, it really was. And, as you said, Elk River they'll regroup. And, I wouldn't want to be the next team on their schedule. But looking at their schedule after Cambridge Isanti, they get to make 2 road trips to very good football teams, Robbinsdale, Armstrong, and Monticello. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have. And in the Cardinals, they get Sauk Rapids Rice next, and Sauk Rapids Rice was a very strong football program a year ago. I know things haven't gone quite as well for them up until this point, but I don't think that's going to be an easy foe.
No, and especially because I'll be on hand for that game. And I have shared this with Mike Empting, and I've shared it, I think, on the air once or twice. Sauk Rapids Rice has never lost a football game to Alexandria when I've been on hand to broadcast. And that's not just one chance time. That's 7 games where Sauk Rapids has beaten Alexandria on the football field. And I joked with Coach Empting after we got done with the interview recording, history has to reverse eventually. Maybe it comes here in 2025.
Well, yes, I've got a good feeling that the Cardinals will be fine-tuned and ready to go that night. History kind of got reversed a little bit here tonight, so let's keep it going next Friday night.
Checking out the scoring recap here, and then we'll go inside the numbers during our final segment of the Juttner Motors postgame report. As Coach Z mentioned, Alexandria on 7 meaningful possessions tonight, 7 touchdowns. The Cardinals kicked 2 extra points after their last touchdowns, then went 4 for 5 on the 2-point conversion. So that's how the Cardinals were able to come up with the number of 52. First quarter, Brody Berg, a 15-yard touchdown run to cap a 12-play, 72-yard march for a score. Mason Witt threw a pass to Talon Witt for the 2-point conversion. 8-0 Alexandria at that point. The Cardinals then forced Elk River to punt the football away. Next series, 7 plays, 61 yards down the field. Jackson Waltzing scored on a 5-yard run, and he would actually run in the 2-point conversion. So late first quarter, it was 16-0. Elk River would then score on its next play from scrimmage. Dylan Rammert, a senior running back, scampered 65 yards for a score. Quarterback Levi Harris ran in the it was Carson Clefman that ran in the 2-point conversion after Elk River's first score. So at the end of one period, the margin was 8 for Alexandria at 16-8. Then in the second period, the Cardinals did all the scoring there, 16-point quarter. In the third series, Alexandria went 52 yards in 6 plays. Talon Witt from 6 yards out scored, and then Mason Witt connected on another 2-point conversion pass, this time to Thomas Hinrichs, 24-8 at that point. Elk River then on its last 2 series of the first half turned the ball over on downs, and Alexandria was able to get a 4th score before halftime. That occurred with just over 2 minutes to go in the half, as Talon Witt connected with Grady Starzl on a nifty 30-yard pass play where Starzl did a lot of the running right along the sideline. We credited Grady Starzl's work in scoring on that touchdown doing that dance along the Alexandria sideline to stay in bounds and eventually get into the end zone. It ended up being a 30-yard touchdown pass from Talon Witt. That would be his first of 2 scoring passes tonight, and that made it 32-8 after Talon connected with Mason Witt on the 2-point conversion pass. Alexandria then put 13 points on the board in the third quarter, while Elk River was turned over on downs twice by the Alexandria defense. The third quarter scoring included a touchdown run by Talon Witt from 28 yards out. The conversion pass was no good. And then later on, after Elk River turned the ball over on downs on its own side of the field, Alexandria went 44 yards in 4 plays. Jackson Waltzing with the 29-yard run. And then Ethan Carlson kicked the extra point. At the end of 3 quarters, Alexandria was up by a score of 45-8. So Elk River actually won the fourth quarter by 1, 8-7. The Elks got a touchdown run of 60 yards from Caleb Healy, and then Levi Harris ran in the 2-point conversion. And then the Cardinals then had a sustained drive, 80 yards in 10 plays. Talon Witt to Mason Witt on a 5-yard pitch and catch. Ethan Carlson added the extra point, and that would make the score 52-16, and that would be the final tonight as Alexandria gets the win to go to 3-1, a signature victory for the Alexandria Cardinals, who now should be moving up in the Class 5A football rankings when they come out next week. Alexandria got back into the top 10 rankings with a 2-1 record. Alexandria now at 3-1. Elk River suffering its first defeat in almost a calendar year, and the Elks fall to 3-1. This is our post-game report brought to you by Juttner Motors in Alexandria. And we're going to take a break, and then we'll go inside the numbers. We'll make our selection of our players of the game on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, and much more straight ahead after this timeout.
Resorts Marine in Oseques. Check us out for new and used boats, pontoons, UTVs, and golf carts. For the whole outdoors, shop us first, shop us last, just shop us. Resorts Marine and Outdoors in Oseques.
The Tradesman Construction has built a rich history as being the premier, most referred, full-service general contractor in the area. They are a proud supporter of all Alexandria Cardinal teams. Find them online at tradesmanconstruction.com.
Carlson Music Center, downtown Alexandria. Yamaha pianos and new and used equipment. Lessons and instruction. Learn from the best, piano and voice to guitar and violin. Carlson Music Center, for all your musical needs in Alexandria.
As the seasons change, so do the needs of your car. That's when Alexandria drivers turn to Mike and Josh at Precision Auto. From simple tune-ups to major repairs, trust a pro. Precision Auto on 8th and Nokomis, Alexandria.
What's your number?
We drove 25 miles to get a great deal at Quality Toyota.
I drove 7 miles to get a great deal from Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
A broken tooth? Fixed in one appointment? Yes, we do that at Dental Health Associates with our CIRAC crowns. We'll fix your tooth in one appointment, which means less time off work, less time away from your family, and more convenience for you. You're in and out in one visit.
Casa Jalisco. Take a trip south of the border to a place where you can savor the flavors of authentic Mexican cuisine. Casa Jalisco offers a true taste of Mexico without the airfare. Casa Jalisco, your Mexican getaway in downtown Alexandria.
Hi, I'm Mark Lee from Mark Lee Excavating and Asphalt and Paving. Most of my crew has been here for decades.
The reason I've been here for so long is I love the variety and I love the different tasks throughout the day. A chance to operate many different pieces of equipment in any day.
Working here, I definitely like working with the crew. The guys are involved in training you and definitely help developing you as a person.
If I was looking for a place of employment, I would definitely apply here.
Give me a call and visit my website because we're hiring and I want to talk to you about your next career with us.
A successful win isn't about the score. It's about what you put into the game. If a successful win matters to you on the purchase or sale of your property, hard work matters to me. Todd Whiting, Century 21, 766-2200.
What's your number?
We've driven 57 miles 6 times for a great deal at Quality Toyota.
Quality Toyota.
I'm a nurse at heart. I went into this to take care of other people.
What we say as nurses and as teammates matters here.
Come on over, you'll love it. You will get to experience so many things and help many people.
We return one final time to Viking Bank Field at Alexandria Area High School, where homecoming 2025, a rousing success. In spite of the fact that heavy rains canceled the parade earlier today, the Cardinals football team was not bothered by the rain at all, and it should make for a happy homecoming dance inside the high school tonight. Alexandria rolls to a victory over the number 1 ranked team in Class 5A, Elk River. The Elks tonight were no match for Alexandria, 52-16. We did the scoring recap in the previous segment. Now we're going to go through some of the unofficial numbers for tonight's game, and so many great numbers to share on the Alexandria side of the ledger. Plays executed from scrimmage, Alexandria ran 55, Elk River ran 43. Total first downs in the game, unofficially, Alexandria with 20, Elk River with 8. Penalties on the night, 5 for Alexandria, only 2 of which were accepted by Elk River for a loss of 20 yards. The Elks had 6 penalties for a loss of 30 yards tonight. Turnovers, none. This is at least the second time this year. I think the other game was the season opener against Chanhassen, where neither team turned the ball over. But yeoman's work for the Alexandria Cardinals. They did well defending Elk River on the late downs, as we'll share in just a couple of minutes. Alexandria's defense went to the well a number of times and were able to get 4th down stops on the Elk River football team. Total offense unofficially, Alexandria 409, Elk River 277. The majority of the Elks' yardage was on the ground, 256 yards, but again, more than half of that coming on 2 scoring plays, a 65-yard touchdown run for Dylan Rammert, and then a 60-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter for Caleb Healy. If you take those yards away, then Elk River is around 130, 125 yards on the ground. So, again, Alexandria really attacking the ball carriers tonight. Levi Harris, the quarterback for Elk River, only attempted 2 passes. He completed 1 for 21 yards. So, unofficially, 256 on the ground and 21 through the air. Alexandria's breakdown, really nice balance overall. 220 rushing, 189 through the air. Alexandria's 3 ball carriers, that would include quarterback Talon Witt, running back Jackson Waltzing, and starting running back Brody Berg, each had more than 50 yards rushing tonight. Talon would go 20 of 23 through the air. He had a string bridging the first quarter all the way to the third quarter, where he had 14 consecutive pass completions in this game. So 20 for 23 unofficially for Talon Witt for 189 yards and no interceptions. He would throw for 2 scores on the night, those going to Grady Starzl and to Mason Witt. Mason Witt would end up catching a total of 7 passes tonight. His receiving yards, I believe, right around 58 for the game. Brady Gunberg had 4 receptions on the night. He had 44 receiving yards. Also, 1 reception for Brody Berg, and that was in the second half for 8 yards. So Talon actually completed passes to 7 different guys on his team tonight, as back in the first half, Grady Starzl had a couple of receptions for 38 yards and a score. Miles Gray had 1 reception tonight for the Cardinals, and that was for 5 yards back in the opening half. Thomas Henricks, a good hands man, had a couple of catches tonight, a couple of short gains in the contest, 2 receptions for 10 yards for Thomas, or 3 receptions, I should say, 29 yards for Thomas Henricks. Blake Scholl actually caught a couple of passes tonight, 1 for a first down on, I believe, a 3rd down conversion or maybe a 4th down conversion, but 2 receptions for 10 yards tonight. And then I think that rounds out the numbers in terms of who got the football for the Alexandria Cardinals. Talon Witt was not required to give the football up on a punt tonight. Heavenly scenario when you can go through a football game without punting the football. As we mentioned earlier, no turnovers for Alexandria. On the first down breakdown, Alexandria had a total of 9 first downs rushing and 11 through the air tonight. 3rd down conversions, 4th down conversions for the Cardinals. Big check marks in the boxes in both. 6 for 9 on 3rd down, 3 for 3 on 4th down for the Cardinals in tonight's game. Checking out the Elk River side of the ledger, no real standouts in terms of 100-yard rushers, and on any given night, Elk River is capable of having 2 or 3 guys run for 100 yards or more, but maybe a testament to how strong Alexandria's run defense tonight was. Carson Clefman unofficially 18 yards rushing and 9 carries. Again, very capable of putting triple figures on the board. Levi Harris, terrific quarterback, just not his night due to the Alexandria defense. I had him for a loss of 22 yards as he carried the ball 7 times tonight. I think there were 1 or 2 quarterback sacks worked into that equation. The guys that had plus yardage tonight, Dylan Rammert, he had the 65-yard touchdown run in the first half, 3 rushes for 71 yards. And then the last ball carrier that scored for Elk River, backup running back Caleb Healy, a couple of totes for 63 yards. And then Braden Becker, who, again, another running back capable of rushing for more than 100 yards unofficially for him, 10 carries for 53 yards in tonight's game. The Elks did not turn the ball over and had just 1 punt. That was at the end of Elk River's first series in the game, and Levi Harris' punt traveled 30 yards. Now, really going inside the numbers, why did the Cardinals turn this into a rout? Alexandria's ability to stop the Elks on 3rd down and then again on 4th down as well. Elk River was just 1 for 8 on 3rd down tonight, and the Elks were 1 for 5 on 4th down.
Wow.
So, mind-blowing numbers there against a powerful Elk River team that quite often will not require the use of the punter. But so you take the 3rd down and 4th down plays combined, and Elk River was 2 out of 13 converting those to first downs. So, again, terrific performance by the Alexandria defense. I could state that all night long, and I don't know if I would state enough how well this Cardinal defense performed in this game. And that's going to segue into, Tim, you sharing some tackle numbers and some time of possession numbers as well.
Yeah, just the defense. I don't know officially what you would call what the Cardinals were playing. I would basically call it a 4-6. It was like, I know we had 4 defensive linemen, but then we had, it would appear to be 6 linebackers. Maybe officially it's a 4-4, and then 2 extra defensive backs on the outside, and then one safety. And the kids just really played their positions just perfectly, and wrapped the ball carriers up and rallied to the ball when they needed to. Unofficial tackle leaders, I had Connor Wang with double digits of 10 tackles. Linebackers I had with the most tackles, and I know our linemen had hands on and assisted other tackles, and they probably have more than my numbers are going to indicate. But the linebackers, as again, Connor Wang 10, Brody Berg with 7, Aiden Schneiderhan with 5, and Brett Meyer with 5. Our D linemen, Jack Morissette and Adrian Miles and Evan Zabel all with 4, 3 for Blake Scholl. Also another linebacker, Jackson Waltzing with 2, and a couple special teams tackles from Isaiah Jackson, and as some of the players, Grady Starzl and Thomas Hendricks each had 1, and then as players came into the game late, I had Miles Gray, Aiden Button, Wyatt Krebs, Bryce Russman, and Bryson Hassapopoulos.
Yeah,
okay. I had a student with that name once upon a time, and I could say it better than that. Time of possession, really kind of funky when it's running time and it's running over change of possessions. Technically, no one really has the possession, then the clock is running. So Elk River actually had more time of possession in the second half, a little over 13 minutes. The Cardinals were just very efficient with their offense and only had 7.5 minutes. So for the game, it almost came out even. Time of possession wise, I had the Cardinals with just under 22 minutes, and Elk River with about 22.5.
Very good. So going inside the numbers there. And now let's move on to the selection of the players of the game, brought to you by Quality Toyota Fergus Falls. But first, we'll do our play of the game. And this is presented by Culver's Restaurant in Alexandria. Welcome to Delicious. And I tell you, something that was delicious for the eyes was what Grady Starzl did when he was able to find his way into the end zone. I believe it was the 4th Alexandria touchdown of the night that put the Cardinals at 30-plus points on the night. Just really nifty work on his part to avoid going out of bounds and doing the tightrope act to get into the end zone for an Alexandria score.
Yeah, I think he was hit on a crossing route, and Talon hit him in stride, but then he was able to, as you said, turn it upfield and avoid the tacklers and the sideline for a very nice touchdown catch.
So congratulations to Grady Starzl being honored with the Culver's Play of the Game. And then for the players of the game, this segment of our postgame report is brought to you by Quality Toyota of Fergus Falls. How far would you drive for a great deal from Quality Toyota? What's your number? You can stop by their showroom during regular hours on West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls, or visit their selection online at qualitytoyota.net, qualitytoyota.net. And we're going to start with the defensive player of the game, because I think with so many great things to talk about, the fact that Alexandria held an Elk River team averaging 53, far below that, it really was a determined overall team defensive effort. But I know Steve Hamilton's an excellent coach for the Elk River Elks, and he pointed out after his Elks won the Prep Bowl last year, he and his staff knew how good Jack Morissette and Evan Zabel were, and the goal in the Prep Bowl was to try to wear those guys down, and they may have had some success on November 23rd accomplishing that. But Evan Zabel, our defensive player of the game, he was not going to be wound down in tonight's game, and he seems to play at a pretty high energy level, no matter what sport it happens to be in. And ironically, not only are we selecting him as the defensive player of the game, it caps off a homecoming week where he was crowned by his fellow students as homecoming king.
Yeah, and his number would be 75. And, he probably doesn't get credited for as many tackles as he should, but as a coaching staff, mentioned to us, he gets double teamed on almost every play, and the fact that and I recall last Friday night, he and Morissette got a couple snaps off defensively, and it was a 3rd down and 2, and we were in the same press box as the Sartell coaches, and the Sartell coaches said, "Well, here come the dudes."
Oh, jeez.
So, and he is a dude out there, and he's a dominating force. And like I said, sometimes linebackers are able to come up and make plays, but it's because he's occupying oftentimes 2 and 3 other players blocking him.
Very good. So Evan Zabel, the homecoming king at Alexandria Area High School, for his work on the field tonight, is honored as our Quality Toyota Cardinal Defensive Player of the Game. On the offensive side of the ball, again, a number of really quality candidates. The coaches gave us a lot of terrific suggestions, but number 13 is not unlucky for Brady Gunberg. It's a jersey that he wears with pride, and he is our offensive player of tonight's game.
Yeah, he had a couple key catches tonight, but I think what maybe goes unsung, but does show up in the game film when the coaches and team is going through that. He had a number of very key blocks that allowed Mason and a couple other receivers to get extra yards after the catch.
So congratulations to Brady Gunberg, receiver for the Alexandria Cardinals, our selection as Quality Toyota Offensive Player of the Game. Again, a very happy homecoming night at Alexandria's Viking Bank Field wraps up with a 52-16 win for the 10th-ranked Alexandria football team over an Elk River team that got moved into the number 1 spot in the Class 5A rankings this week. It's likely those rankings will be shaken up next week when they come out on Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. I think Tuesday each week they come out. But, Tim, I know that Alexandria on a roll, but, again, they cannot take any opponent for granted on the schedule. Sauk Rapids Rice, again, not having the year that they're accustomed to having, but we're gonna go in as their homecoming opponent, and they're gonna be all jacked up, and whenever I show up to see Alexandria and Sauk Rapids Rice play, the outcomes have not been favorable, and I know there have been a couple of games where they've almost just like stabbed in the back losses. One of those coming at Viking Bank Field, I think, when Christian Hoskins was just starting to break onto the varsity level pre-pandemic and everything like that. But here in 2025, it'll be fun to see, I'm sure the Cardinal coaches are going to let the players enjoy this one for a little while, but then back to business on Monday.
Yeah, I think just another road trip, and the coaching staff will meet tomorrow morning, and they'll start putting the game plan together, and I think they've had the teams very focused for each game. I think there may have been some frustration with our offense after the performance in that Monticello game, but maybe give Monticello some credit for that as well. But since then, our offense has been putting points on the board, and as we mentioned, you can't say much more about how well our defense played tonight, but offense was a perfect 7 for 7, but we're still focusing on the defense. So that's pretty amazing performance when both sides of the ball are playing that well.
So Tim, we appreciate great working with you once again. I had 3 different fellow broadcasters: Dave Molesworth for the swimming last night, Otto Anderson from the Alexandria area high school class of 2025, pinch hit for Jeff James to join me for the soccer, but always great to work with you. Enjoy the weekend, and you and I will team up for Cardinal volleyball at home against Ricori on Thursday night.
Yeah, we got volleyball Thursday, and then we'll be at Sauk Rapids for football on Friday.
Tim Zupfer is my broadcast partner for our Alexandria Cardinal volleyball and football coverage all throughout the 2025-26 school year. Again, the Alexandria Cardinal football team wins its 3rd straight game, 52-16 the final score, as it's a happy homecoming for the Alexandria Cardinals, knocking off last year's state Class 5A champion, Elk River Elks. Both teams now at 3-1 going into the second half of the regular season schedule. Elk River will have its homecoming next week when Cambridge Isanti comes in, and Alexandria will try to spoil Sauk Rapids Rice's homecoming as the Storm will host Alexandria in Sauk Rapids 1 week from tonight. Now, no live video through the latent media platforms 1 week from tonight. The host schools give us permission to come in and video stream. Sauk Rapids Rice has indicated to us that we are welcome to do the radio play-by-play, but please do not bring your video crew. I believe they may, through their in-school system, have a video stream. I'm not sure with what announcers get paired up for that. You can navigate through the Sauk Rapids Rice school page on Our School Today, or I think it has a new name now, but there will be some video, but we will not be providing it. We will, however, be on hand for the radio coverage on KXRA 1 week from tonight, 6:30 for the Jutna Motors pregame show, and the play-by-play will follow at 7 o'clock. My thanks to many people who helped to bring you our broadcast tonight, all of the boosters of our Cardinal sports programming for sponsoring our coverage. Special thanks to J.P. Boline, our videographer on site here at Viking Bank Field in Alexandria, and to our KXRA radio studio engineer, Steve D., who made the bold prediction before I came over to the stadium today: we're ready to shock the world. Well, that's what the Alexandria Cardinal football team did tonight as the Cardinals overwhelm Elk River 52-16. For Tim Zupfer, this is DMAC Dave McClurg saying so long from Alexandria Area High School's Viking Bank Field.